Dizzle here, and you're listening to The Men's View. This is radio at 1,000 horsepower. We're the podcast that helps you pass time till you pass away, and I'm here with my boy, Bonafide Hustler.
What's up? The Bonafide Hustler's here.
And sitting in this week, we got Tinder Boy.
What's up? Tinder Man seemed a little weird, but, you know, I go with that too.
Yeah, Tinder Boy's a lot better.
Tinder boy.
And Tinder Boy's roommate, Woo, in the house.
Hello, boys and girls. How are you doing?
And producer CMFK's gone today, but producing we got Kid Kat. What's up, Kid Kat?
Kit Kat.
I'm feeling like Kit Kat's going to do a little better than CMFK. I don't know. It's just a general feeling.
It might be that
kind of a
statement that anything is better than. Just kidding.
Hey, I hope he doesn't watch this show.
Just kidding.
Does he actually watch this? Does CMFK actually watch The Men's View?
I don't think CMFK watches anything
Other than Gold Rush.
Yeah.
That's a shitty fucking show.
The thing is, even if
swear
Kit
to
Kat
God.
was to like switch the cameras a couple times, it might be better already. There have been times we've done the show in like 8 minutes through the show, it's just been on you,
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Or he'll start like CMFK will start at that adjusting screens in the middle of the show.
Ooh, the worst is when he does like star wipes and shit. Ooh.
Star
Dude,
Wipe.
Kit Kat, put some star wipes, please. Figure it out.
That's tasteless.
That's like the ultimate sign of like you don't know what the fuck you're doing, right?
Like a novice. Like, oh, that looks
right,
cool.
Like, no, if you're watching a YouTube video or something, it's like,
no.
check out my vacation to Florida, Star Wipe.
Or like
Star
when like
Wipe. But also like a Comic Sans font and, you know, the blue screen with the white font.
yeah.
Introduction or something.
Yeah, but now
It's all hazy and shit.
Yeah.
Now it's just super meta, though. Like, people are doing it ironically, right? Right?
Tinder Boy, what the fuck does meta mean?
Meta?
Yeah.
Like,
What the fuck does that mean?
Like, you know what you're doing. Like, you're in context. You know exactly what you're
You're,
doing.
like,
You're doing it to get a
self-aware.
rise. Yeah, you're aware of what you're doing.
Meta.
Yeah.
Tinder Boy comes off
he just
to
made that
me that he's one of the guys that's in the know of everything that's happening. Like, do you're almost like a guy that you see a new phrase being used somewhere, you probably write it down. Like, I'm going to use that at some
I've
point.
probably
to look cool.
already used it. I've probably coined most phrases you've heard in your life.
I think so too. No, he's got a good resume behind him. He knows what he's doing.
Now you are Woo's roommate, your new roommate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if ladies are listening to this show and you're on our YouTube page, subscribe to us, because I'm telling you what, I was editing the last show that Tinder Boy was on,
Yeah.
and my wife walks by and she goes, "Oh my God, he's a really good looking guy."
Man, if we could get
You must get that a lot,
I'm
right?
just like in the background of that thing. Like, really?
exactly. Look at that jawline though. Look at that jawline.
What does that mean for your
Kit Kat,
wife,
can you,
though? She's
can you
like,
put the
Yeah,
video
right.
on?
It means we
Tinder
have
Boy
a
real
very
quick?
stable, good relationship.
that jawline.
Like, she can tell me.
but if
things
he's in
like
the
that.
background of the camera, he must be as small as like a tissue box, right? But
Yeah.
she still finds.
Exactly.
She's learned from me, dude. I can find an ass in a Waldo scene if it's nice.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. So you're
right.
saying his face is a nice ass.
Yes. No.
In-
No. My wife found it.
Oh, your
Why do you
wife.
keep saying something about his defined jawline?
I just think it's really good.
know
He's got a good
what's up with that.
jawline.
Did you know
It's
your
like-
roommate probably has feelings for you?
Yes.
I do have.
Yes.
I have great feelings for him.
Great
Yeah.
feelings.
So
I
what
like
is
him
it?
a lot.
What is it like, Woo? Because from the sounds of Tinder Boy, he gets laid all the time. Is it still happening? Because I
think
know
he
day
gets-
one.
he gets laid a lot.
So like day
gets
one of
laid a
him
lot.
moving in, right? There was
Oh
already
yeah, he
women
was
over.
out the door. He was out the door. We were like, "Hey man, let's hang out." He's like, "Nah, I gotta meet this girl, dude."
Do you get jealous?
I was initially, but then I was like, you know what? He's rocking it. Why
Have you
not?
ever
Like,
been
he's-
jerking off during Warcraft and you hear moans and groans coming from his
No,
side?
I think he's pretty considerate about that.
Yeah, I try not. Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
I used to have a roommate that would do that on purpose. He'd get girls that were really loud. And like make yeah, so I'd have
He's just
to
like
listen to
beating the
that.
shit out of her, like trying to get a sound out of her.
Yeah, it
Did
gets
you feel like a
annoying.
loser every now and then?
No, it would be. Here's why I wouldn't feel like a loser.
Because they weren't attractive.
Right. No, he would.
That's the key.
And if
No,
our old
seriously.
listeners are listeners, Ron Jeezy, right? So he was a total loser kind of, and then he started reading up on that
Oh, I remember this.
Pickup artist.
pickup artist shit. So he was in his room for like
He
4 days.
hibernated,
Didn't even.
right?
Yeah, he didn't come out for 4 days.
Right.
Like somebody would go in there with water every now and then. He'd request water.
What?
Yeah, finally, like,
They request it?
yeah, like Friday at like 11:45, he walks out of his room. He's like, "It's over." He just had this look of determined. He's like, "It's over, Dizzle. It's over." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "It's over, man. I learned all the tricks."
Oh my god. He like metamorphosed.
And it did work.
What the fuck are you saying?
Metamorphosized. More metamorphosed.
He did that thing from
Yeah.
Limitless,
Yeah.
that movie. You know, where the guy that he's like a stock trader after like a week, making a shitload of money.
Yeah, he became like a pussy hound, dude. He could like
Shit,
sniff
dude.
out, like he was getting
sounds
laid
awful.
constantly.
right.
And I'd hear all these random people. He'd always go out to clubs and like bring girls over. And then after a while, I realized they were really
Subpar.
ugly. No, they were really bad.
So not even like sub of the
But
par,
he,
right?
yeah. But this was a guy like he would play everything up of his that like it's the best shit ever.
So he like future flossed everything.
Not even future floss. He'd show me like a really ugly girl
Yeah.
and be like, "Man, she's hot, isn't she? She's super hot." And then, or he'd call. This guy had like a skill to where he could bring any girl to his house. Just met him, right? Within a few minutes, he's taking nude pictures of some stranger.
That's
So why would he bring ugly ones
That's
if he
a
can get any
skill.
of them?
What?
I think that's what he was
Just
just
like psychological manipulation.
Yeah, because
right
I think
there.
if it's a decent
Isn't that
girl,
what pickup artistry is?
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think that stuff only works on kind of girls that are a little messed up, like low self-esteems, or they don't know the world. Because you
Works a
can
lot
look
better.
through those guys right away.
Those guys are like predators, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if
What is his name? Jeezy? What is his name?
Ron Jeezy?
Is
Ron
he
Jeezy.
even a good-looking guy?
He's all right. Like
Does
he's
he have
losing his
a
hair.
defined jawline?
compare his jaw to
He's got a defined hairline.
of Tinder
like-
Boy's jawline.
In the background of any picture, would he be as small as the tissue box?
Yes.
over and over.
Would your wife notice him?
No.
Drive notice that ass in the crowd.
Yeah, that's not a guy my wife would ever.
Well, he's not
say was
good-looking then.
Good-looking, yeah.
He doesn't have a defined jawline then.
No,
Because your wife hasn't approved of him.
not at all. But
Has he met your wife?
who?
Has he met
Yeah,
your wife?
yeah. We used to be roommates.
Were you like, don't shake his hand, just whatever you do?
No. He was a cool guy that we liked him. So
Okay.
yeah, we were actually sad.
So if he's
when-
getting these nasty girls, usually nasty girls have to be kind of promiscuous because it's hard to get.
yeah, they were.
So like he must have just like fleas, like just STDs hopping around his body, you know?
Well, like he would bring these
know?
women to. You'd hear him showering with them all the time, right?
Oh,
And, like,
he'd make sure they were clean.
So this
Yeah.
book's like these books fucked him all up.
I don't know.
If there's like nasty girls around you 24/7, I wouldn't have read those books.
They're not nasty after they shower with him.
Yeah, but he'd show me like the nude pictures the day after,
Yeah.
and I'd always criticize him to where he got kind of annoyed with me, so
God.
he would draw lines in his room to where I can't walk past this line. I have
Shut
to look
up.
from
That sounded
How
weird.
old
as
So I'd
are you
have
guys
to be-
doing drawing lines? How old are you guys doing this shit?
like 26, 27.
What the fuck?
Well, he'd want to show me the girls, right?
Yeah.
At first, he was all gung ho about it, but I'd be like, God, like he had this one where this girl's just bent over, like from the back,
Yeah.
and it was just like cellulite, stretch marks, and
Beautiful. Hey,
like,
man, he's into that,
like
dude.
buttholes had stains on them. I mean, it was
buttholes
bad.
had multiple buttholes
Yeah,
and stains.
like-
just
So
wait, if you
sores,
see the
It was
bleeding.
an
cellulite and
imprint
everything-
of the butthole on her butt cheek.
Why do you even look into
God
like?
damn
Why do you
it.
even look at the if everything's not working out? Why do you even start centering around this thing in the middle?
It's one
Wouldn't
of those
wouldn't your mind
things.
stop and go? I can't look anymore. Like that's
It's a train
enough?
wreck. You have
It's
to
like
look.
when you see those.
It's like Paul Aconda's phone, man. The thing is dirty as fuck. Those girls are
gotta look.
nasty.
Yeah, but he's like down to the stain of the butthole. Like this guy he's precise.
If I see something fucked up, I'm gonna look for the most fucked up thing in there. Like so like Paul Aconda's shit. Like, was it that nasty? Was it as
I
nasty
would
as the
say,
pictures Paul Aconda was showing
here's the
us?
two worst ones I saw. I saw that one. And then when it got to me criticizing it, I would notice, depending on how ugly the girl was,
Yeah.
the line would move in the room. Like,
What?
if the girl was real ugly, the line would be like, I'd be almost like out of his doorway to look. I'd have to peek my head in.
Wait, what did he use to
Wow.
create the line? Like tape or
He was
what
like,
does he
stop
move?
right there.
No,
Stop right there.
he'd put a book, and I couldn't walk past the book.
What?
Okay.
This guy's weird,
And then
man.
if you went into the room, you had to play that hot lava thing, you know, where you jump on the couches.
It
and
was
shit.
weird. Like, he was real manipulative.
So the line would progressively move further away. Was the line ever in the room?
Yeah, it started out right next to him standing behind his chair. But like as I would start insulting every girl, I'd just be like, "Are you serious?" Like he brought this one girl over, right?
God.
And I hear them walk in, and they're immediately in the shower. And then I hear him like, Next day, he's like, yeah, man, she was so hot. Like, she ate my asshole. Like, that's why I was in the shower. Like, I brought her. So he brought this random girl from a nightclub.
Yeah.
She's been dancing all night, sweating. So he shows me this picture from a little further back.
Yeah.
And the first thing I noticed, like, she has, like, her whole face is, like, covered in, like, acne, but not like your regular type acne.
The acne had acne.
Like the ones that look like they're like volcanoes erupting under your skin.
Whiteheads.
Like they're like you see the pus bubbles. Like her whole face was covered in that.
Yeah.
So
And I'm like, if she's eating out random guys' assholes from a club, that's probably infecting her face with something.
it depends
Because
on
it's
how,
bacteria that causes
depends on
pimples.
also how much smushing she's doing. Like if she's
Yeah.
like in it, that could be something wrong with his asshole too, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he's eating something fucked up.
Hey, man, Ron Jeezy.
But yeah, so eventually, like, we move out of those apartments, right?
Why do you always have to blame it on the girl? By the way,
What are you talking about?
like why does her acne have to be because of Ron Jeezy's butthole?
How's that blaming on the girl?
Well, you're saying that. What? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe she just has like acne straight
Well,
up.
it can't be because of Ron Jeezy's butthole, because she already had it when she came over. I'm saying it's
This is
from
the caliber of girl that isn't.
prolonged contact with eating out random guys' buttholes from
God.
nightclubs. Probably caused that.
What is it they say though? Like most toilet seats are cleaner than like something.
Who the
like,
fuck told you
Yeah,
that?
what kind of toilet seats are you sitting
I'm
on?
just saying, like, I think the butts, like, it's not exposed to that much throughout the day. Like, your hands, I imagine, could get
Just
really
shit
dirty,
coming
right?
out your asshole. That's all it's
But
exposed
your
to.
butt cheeks, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
they're not hitting that much.
How many times you got to wipe before that toilet paper's clean?
I don't
A
know how
lot.
messy your shits are,
Yeah.
but mine doesn't get everywhere all over my butt.
Maybe he has one of those like latrine. You ever hear about those latrines that like throw the water out?
The bidets, dude.
What do they
Bidets.
call?
Bidet?
No, man, we lived in some shitty apartment. But yeah, we move out in Houston. We finally move out of there, right? And I get like a $380 shower cleaning bill from the apartments. So I go up to I'm like, man, my shower is clean. I'm a clean guy. And I'd never been in Ron Jeezy's bathroom,
Right.
but he was always taking these women in there to shower. So he must have been doing it in pitch darkness, because they go, no, it's not your room, it's your roommate.
Wow.
So they pull out these, it almost looked like morgue pictures, you know, when they have like a dead body.
Yeah.
Like they were taken with like some shitty Polaroid, and they show me pictures like from far, like the whole tub is black, but it's not just black. Like the black is like peeling, like cracked, like desert and coming off.
Ew.
So like whatever he's never washed, the slime buildup has dried up and is now like peeling off in chunk, like in slabs.
So he cleaned it, right?
No, that's how he turned in the keys, like that.
Why would you? So you had to pay half of that
Oh, I
because of
didn't
his
pay
dirty butthole.
because I was still his
escapades.
roommate. So I was like, "Hey, you go ahead and pay this. I'm not."
And he paid it
Well, yeah.
because he didn't want to go fucking.
Well, we were still roommates at that point. I'm sure if we weren't roommates, they might have been like, "You're paying half or something." But
Did you guys leave on good terms?
yeah,
So you can still call. Why doesn't he just call him to the podcast one day and tell us some of these like amazing escapade stories?
well, after like years later, I had a falling out with him.
Over what?
Because I helped him get this one YouTube video to like 1 million hits. And early on, when I told him how to get it up there, I was
Yeah.
like, look, just put a tiny at the bottom, put our URL for the men's view. And he wouldn't do it and wouldn't give me a reason why. And I'm like, that's not my friend.
Really?
And he's done a couple things to me, that guy, where I'm like, this is not a real friend. Like one time we were at a nightclub and it was me and his other roommate, our other roommate, who's a really cool guy, but they were both kind of like sellouts at the end of the day, is what I felt like. So we're hanging out at this nightclub at a bar, and I'm standing outside. These are supposed to be my boys, right?
Right.
So, and you tell me if this is a reason to kind of look at your friends in another light and be like, these aren't really my boys. So I'm standing out there, and then some white chick, and I'm an Indian guy for our new listeners, right? Some white chick comes over to me, and I'm just standing. She goes, and she's drunk. She goes, "You fucking piece of shit, Arab motherfucker, sand nigger piece of shit. Go back to your fucking country. You're the reason gas prices are $4 a gallon, and like you're so ugly." And like, there's two police guys, a Chinese guy and a black guy, standing there. right?
Yeah.
So this is going on for like 10 minutes. I'm just standing there laughing. Like, I wish I had taken a cell phone of this. This was before cell phones were big,
Back
where
in the
everybody.
90s or what?
Yeah.
So every race was present at this one
No, it was like
given moment.
2000.
Not a nation.
Yeah, basically.
Of course.
But this is my
This
point.
is the token white girl.
Indian people are not violent and angry enough and complain about racism because you don't know how many times in my life I've had just blatant racism in front of other people.
Pretty sure I can tell, like,
And-
just because I've seen some YouTube comments already.
Yeah, and people, when it comes to Arabs, Indians, whatever,
They're so ignorant.
you can
stupid.
say the worst, most horrible things and nobody calls it racism. But if you do it to
In
a black
America, for
guy,
sure.
Right.
it's racist, right?
ass is on
But
the
if you
ground and-
compare the same thing, so I'm standing there. Finally, I turn to the cops, and I turn to the Asian guy. I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" I'm like, "You guys gonna do anything?" I was like, "Because if she called me the N-word even once, she'd be so out of here 10 minutes ago." And the guy's like, "Hey, chill out, the cop." And finally, I flip out on this girl. I start cursing her out. It's like, and then the cop kicks me out. So I'm just like, what is this shit? And here's why I say Ron Jeezy and the other guy. At that point, I was like, these aren't really my boy. They're standing the whole time instead of backing me up, or they're kind of laughing along with the girl.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what to do.
So that scarred you good, huh?
Well,
sounds like you remember
shit
this
like
thing
that
in
doesn't
detail.
scar me anymore. I remember everything in detail, man.
You remember the book on the floor. See, if that was my friend, I would have drawn the friendship zone right. Oh, you putting a book on the floor? Like, no.
You're
like,
a weirdo, yeah.
Yeah, I'd kick the shit out of that book. I would look at that nasty picture and be like, bitch is ugly.
And we're not friends
But
anymore.
that says something about you if you can't take the criticism. Some random girl you banged is ugly.
That's
if you,
weird.
If you
You're
have
just
to
trying to
like-
help him out, right?
Right. If you have to kind of like change reality to make your friend think something else,
Right.
what does that say about you, man? You're a fake person.
How did you tell him that the girl was not like?
I'm just like,
How did you
are
tell
you
him?
I was like, are you serious? You think that's hot? We've actually, if our old listeners play, it's the girl that would be moaning really loud in the other room, and we actually, I recorded it one time and we played it on the show.
Oh, wow.
But her name was like Sexy. He'd call her Sexy Mel Boo. Her name was like Melanie or something. So and he'd take her out places. She'd show up, and she was not an attractive girl at all, like in any
Poor
way.
Sexy Mel
But he
Boo.
would just talk her up, and then he sees her years later. He told me, "Yeah, I saw her recently. She's just Mel Boo now. She's not sexy anymore." I'm like, she wasn't sexy back then. What are you talking about, man?
That poor girl.
That's
Wow.
pretty funny.
Do you think she
What,
know?
what nightclub? Sorry, go ahead, man.
No. There's just this poor girl has been immortalized in your head as just an ugly, and she'll never be attractive woman. That's so. I feel so bad for her for some reason.
Why would you feel
Why?
bad for her?
There's
know.
plenty of people like that. I used to be a person. You don't know, growing up, how many people would say to my face, "You were ugly."
You ugly?
I had a cop one time throw me down and complain to my neighbors, "This is the ugliest kid I've ever seen."
Wow.
That scarred me.
All right, since Wu is calling you out on something, Wu,
Yeah.
what's the most like racist part of your life that you've been through?
Oh shit! No, I remember coming back from Asia after 2 years there, and
How
I
long
was,
ago?
I was.
How long
This
ago?
was in 2012.
Okay.
I'd just gotten back, and I was going out in Houston. There's like Washington Street.
Yeah,
yeah.
You guys are. This is a place called
It's like 6th Street in Austin.
Yeah,
or
6th
whatever.
Street in
It's a
Austin,
long
yeah.
street with a bunch of nightclubs.
with bars,
up
and
down
it's
there.
real fratty. Like all the frat dudes go there, sorority chicks go there. But anyways, I went to this bar. I was just with my friends, and I was just dancing on the floor. And this pretty attractive girl like starts dancing with me. I'm like, oh hell yeah! This girl's hot. Like we get to talking randomly, but out of nowhere, she just starts talking about how like this bar's racist, and like these bouncers are racist, and like all of her friends start coming up and going like, oh look, it's this Yao Ming, or oh it's this like
That's good.
you're the I don't know about that, but like another guy's like, you're that Asian guy in that band, you play piano, don't you? Just like everybody came by with something to say real quick, and then the girl was like, it's true, or whatever, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
While we were dancing, and I was like, this is weird.
Did you
like,
feel offended about that?
well, it wasn't until after I went home that I realized, like, wow, I'm like I don't look like everybody here.
So
like,
you
I
didn't
don't
get kicked
feel-
out?
I didn't get kicked out. No, we just danced and then like parted ways. And
So wait, you danced with a hot chick.
Yeah.
You didn't feel really offended too much.
no,
You
it
didn't
was
get kicked out.
afterwards.
My girl was just standing there insulting
No,
me.
exactly. But no, this was like
Tell me how ugly I am.
This is kind of like the passive racism.
Ooh, you just went to a bar and danced with somebody.
I did, but afterwards,
Horrible, dude. I'm so sorry.
I'd been so used to living in like a homogenous society where everybody
I'll give you a
looked alright.
real example here. Whose example was just
a little too
who's a
vanilla.
little sensitive. That's all it is. But no, I was selling my house one time, and this real estate agent comes in, and this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People think it's perfectly acceptable to tell an Indian guy something really racist because Indian guys are too nice, man. Like Indian people, I've noticed if you're walking down a neighborhood and there's a dark Indian guy, people will freak out. I've noticed, like women or something, they'll cross the street thinking it might be a black guy. And then when they notice it's an Indian guy, they're like, they let out like a sigh of relief. Like, oh, it's just an Indian guy.
Yeah.
Because people are not afraid of Indians,
not
man. That's why I'm trying to
intimidated.
change that. I'm trying to be a fucking mean asshole and fuck with people and scare them. That's why I
fear
chased
their
down
heart.
that guy last week at the stop sign because I want to put the fear of Indian in people.
You know how you scare people?
How's that?
Go kill somebody, dude.
No, I'm not going to do that. I want to stay out of
somebody.
jail.
That'll
But
scare
yeah,
one person.
But yeah, it'll scare everybody, but they won't be scared anymore. They're like, he's locked up. What are we scared of him anymore?
Exactly.
All right, kill somebody, then get away with it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Scare his family, his loved
Okay.
ones, huh?
Yeah.
No.
That doesn't
OJ
sound too
story.
fun. So here's an example I'm about to give. That's when
All right.
It's
All right,
totally-
This is like blatant racism.
well, this is what I call where it's totally cool to say that to an Indian guy, but you would never say this to a black guy.
What
so,
did she say to you?
So, and I've told Bonafide this story before, and he was like, "Oh, it's not really racist." But here, I'll let Wu and
Tinder Boy.
Tinder Boy
Kit Kat.
tell me if they think it's racist or not. So it's I'm selling my house, right? And the real estate agent comes in, and she's standing around, and then she starts asking me dumb questions like, "Why is your house so nice?" Like,
That's not a dumb question.
what? That's not a dumb
That's
question.
a great question. Like that means,
No,
cool.
she's like, "No, why did you spend so much fixing up the house?" I'm like, I guess because I want to live here. And then like later on, this is the one that was racist. She goes, "So, where's your wife from?" She goes, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "India." She goes, "Where's your wife from?" Mexico. And then she goes, "And your family's okay with that?"
That's not racist.
How's that? Okay, let me flip it. She walks into a black guy's house. Notices on the wall, it's a white lady married to the black guy. So she goes, "Where are you from?" "Oh, I'm a black guy from Detroit." "And your wife?" "Oh, she's from Alabama, white lady." "And your parents are okay with that?"
Well, I mean,
doesn't
come
apply.
on.
It
There's a
doesn't
lot of
apply.
racial context in the second one. There's a lot of like predisposed context in that second one.
The first
Definitely.
one, the only way that my point is correct is these two words, arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Because it's prominent in that culture.
But
So that is a
that's-
legit
just ignorant.
question to ask.
this is me, a well-spoken guy with an American accent.
Now you're saying that all Indian people with
Married
American
to
accents are...
how many Indian
See?
guys are getting arranged to a Mexican lady?
Hold up,
It's
hold up.
not happening.
I'm on Dizzle's side here because that's like the implication. That's like the lady being stupid enough to ask
But that's not being
something that-
stupid.
And why would you even say that?
because
to a
it's
stranger?
out of context. It's like what happened to me. It's like people come up and assume things.
Well, I
that-
don't get offended easily, and I was offended pretty bad.
Do you get to call Bruce Lee every now and then?
Yeah, I do.
That's
And that
great.
fucking- no,
Yeah,
it's
that's not racist.
That's the most amazing racist
I
shit
don't
ever.
give a shit about Bruce Lee. I don't feel like I don't relate to myself to him.
You should learn a little bit of fucking martial arts, and then you can like and then like
and
that'll
then
be it.
just beat someone's ass.
But I want to.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to. I want to talk to Tinder Boy about what's going on because I don't know how Woo's not getting jealous. It's because it's like my situation with Ron Jeezy,
Yeah.
where he was always bringing chicks over, and I wasn't really getting laid. Well, I was getting laid, but I was with my wife at the time, so.
So you're not getting laid.
Yeah, because she lived in another country, so I wasn't getting laid as much as him.
Okay.
But he was bringing home kind of not that great looking girls to where I was even jealous at all.
Okay.
But Woo, what kind of quality women is Tinder Boy bringing?
Oh, they're hot, dude. They're like attractive women.
And do you have conversations with them?
I don't. No. With one, I was. There was this one point where I was playing like some game for a long ass time, and I was glued to the couch, and she walked in, and she tried to talk to me, but I didn't really.
What did you
Yeah,
slink
blew
back
off.
into your room or?
No, I wasn't. I just kept
chilled.
playing.
So
I didn't
is
really-
this gotten to the point where when he brings a new girl over, you kind of try to avoid it?
No,
You're kind of
he
embarrassed.
doesn't really bring them over. Maybe he goes over to their houses. I don't know. Like he doesn't really bring girls over.
But if he did, would you kind of like slink into your room real quick?
No,
You-
I'd let him do his thing. Like honestly, if I heard,
But you don't feel
Tinder
bad
boy-
like you're not getting laid and he's bringing it over. It's not
I
like
probably like jerked off earlier in the day or something. So those feelings are
You're
out
like
the door.
engaged in
Oh,
like
God.
serious melee on like Warcraft. So like when you're in a
Yeah,
battle,
yeah, I don't give a
You
shit
don't
about
fucking
visiting
care
them.
about
Yeah,
anything, right?
The world can pass me by. I'll be
As long
fine.
as the World of Warcraft.
Not
That's
the
right.
World of Warcraft. I don't even play that game anymore.
I know,
You
yeah.
guys can't
Yeah.
accuse me of that.
when's the last time he got laid?
I actually have no idea because he doesn't.
Take
He
a
like goes
guess.
out with girls all the time. I'd say last week. Is that true? Damn. Yeah,
all right, Tinder boy. How long have you been in Austin?
I've been in Austin now for about, a month and a week? A month? Something
And
like that.
would you mind revealing how many women you've banged?
Not that, dude. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Woo greatly overstates
It makes
what's
for-
going on here. Because I'll go out for like coffee with a girl and I'll come back and Fred will be like, dude, he banged the shit out of me. I bet you anything that just happened. I'm just like, no. And he's just like, I think you think I'm being humble, maybe? Maybe I'm just like trying to downplay my accomplishments here, but nah. Fred just every single thing. If I like call a girl on the phone, he's like, dude, it's getting blown tonight.
And most of it's like, I'm
Is this
just
like
being
wishful
hopeful for him.
thinking?
I'm trying to be, optimistic for him because that's
I
like
have a
great for
feeling
him.
I don't
Woo's
need it.
like living his fantasies through
Yeah,
Tinder
no
boy.
I wish.
shit.
Okay, honestly, yeah, totally.
Like how many
I could-
details do you ask him when he comes back?
I actually don't ask him that much. He doesn't
Oh,
like
no,
to.
wait,
he doesn't
wait.
kiss and tell.
He
I
doesn't-
ask a lot.
You ask a lot.
I ask a lot,
Yes, a
but
lot.
I have a
he
feeling
doesn't kiss
Woo's
and tell.
trying to live his like Woo's trying to get facts to where he can kind of picture what's going on.
So he can burp.
yeah, when he jerks off,
Yeah, exactly.
he's gonna be thinking of Tinder boys' fantasies and what he
kind of
described.
questions?
Maybe just thinking of me.
Yeah, what kind of
What kind of questions? Give us 3 of the most popular questions he'll ask you.
Well, obviously, what does she look like? He wants a
Okay.
picture immediately.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
What's the
He
second
wants
one?
to know. Let's see.
Don't
Like
think.
where did you
just
go?
say.
Like where'd you go? Kind of thing. Like where'd you do? Like where?
These are
where
really
were you at,
dumb
like, our apartment?
questions.
Yeah,
I
but
thought- I
they're
thought
pretty
he was-
basic though. I mean,
All right, what's the most nasty question he'll ask you?
what's the? I don't think you've asked any nasty questions, dude. You never
Well,
asked me like.
I would say shit like, "Did you guys fuck?"
I mean,
I
yeah,
would
that's
ask
not
that.
nasty though.
Okay, some people might
Like
think
was
it's
there a
nasty.
shit stain or something? Like you
No,
never
I
asked
wouldn't
anything
ask
like
that.
overtly.
They're pretty standard because he doesn't say much. I ask very broad questions that
And
really.
what are you trying to gain out of asking these questions?
talking-
Honestly, I'm like, I want to know in my mind, like, yeah, Taylor, yeah, or Tinder boy, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like you're coming into my town and you're banging all the hot chicks. That makes
Why
me feel
don't you, at some point, because I know your social life is pretty non-existent,
good.
right?
Yeah.
So
it's
why
pretty lacking.
is Tinder boy willing to take you out or take you under his wing or go hang out? I mean, are you cool with going with him?
I have no. It's actually as far as like specifically Tinder goes. I have tried to take him under my wing, but Fred will not. I mean,
Take
we
me
will
under
not.
your wing. What do you mean?
Your,
what are you
your
talking about
biography.
here?
Your biography.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Can you repeat what it says?
I don't even remember what it says.
Something
Tell me what
like,
it says, Fred.
"Come on, dude, you remember."
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like because so 90% of the people on there in their profile say shit like, "I'm looking for adventure. Let's go on an adventure together." And so my profile, I remember said back in the day.
like if
I
you-
changed it since, but it
you
was
did?
like, if you want adventure, go fuck Frodo Baggins or something.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that was
That's the most
Oh.
uninviting. Like no girl is going to respond positively to that.
Honestly-
no girl is going to read that and be like,
Boy,
"I want to talk to this
maybe-
guy."
They didn't understand what you're talking about.
Maybe.
Yeah, you've just appealed to like 20 girls in Austin.
But those are cool girls, right?
No.
those are cool girls with a sense of
You-
humor, and they understand like.
You're
Because
insulting
they
them.
don't see their profile. All the girls aren't seeing that all the girls have a profile that says I'm
So,
adventures
that's
profile.
that's just one of the.
What you're mocking is like they don't get the.
It just
joke.
means
So
nothing.
your
though.
stab at relevancy is like pulling a Lord of the Rings like character.
Yeah,
out.
he's gonna have a chick show up that looks like Gollum. Hey, my pretty.
precious.
I'm a precious.
Yeah, it's a horrible strategy. It's a horrible
Okay.
strategy.
Well, okay.
But you've changed it.
Yeah,
I
I
respect that.
think I've changed.
What is this picture on there?
His pictures aren't bad. You
This
got,
is
you
my
got some good
picture.
pictures.
I've
Yeah,
heard it's got to be a picture of you having fun and having a great time.
That's
This is my-
this is my
effective.
picture
I
on
think
here.
if I was looking at girls, yeah.
All right, look at this picture, Diz.
This is my picture.
All right, let's
Oh
see.
wait, that's your
It's
main-
also another.
That's my picture.
I think your stab at relevancy on this one is kind of weird because what the fuck's in the spoon?
Right.
It does look like shit.
I mean, that's the first thing that would come to my mind if I was like,
I've looked at it too.
Here we go. He looks like Bruce Lee on that one.
Yes, that was a picture that Kit Kat actually took of me.
Well, that's a good one. It looks like he's having fun. He's dressed as a woman.
Yeah, there you go.
a good one.
Might be what you don't want on there.
That's a good one. He's got good pictures. Your ordering is off on him though. That
yeah?
one, take that one off.
Take that one off. You know, like that.
Hey, I told
Unless
you
you're
that.
on
I
gay
told you
Tinder.
that.
No, that's like a
Take it on
before and
Grindr.
after. That's a before and after P90X picture right there. That's before right there, dude. I saw it.
That's for Grinder. And then that one, you don't no longer look like that. You don't have long
look like that anymore.
dreadlocks.
No,
So
no,
take
I
that
don't,
one
I don't.
off.
That was maybe 5 years
Is that
ago.
real hair?
That's real hair, dude.
So you got too many pictures. I
Too
say,
many pictures?
Yeah.
You know how much you probably would have been more laid if you had that hair?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a lot
probably.
more.
Yeah, in Austin
in this
for
town,
sure.
you would have been
In
laid
Austin
like
for
every.
Can you
Yeah.
grow that back?
I don't want to. It's
He's
too
not
much
gonna grow
trouble.
for a show, dude. Come on.
No,
man.
not for a show.
That's gonna.
So he gets laid more.
That was like 4 years of work. No, I don't care about being laid that
Yeah.
badly. I'm actually.
Was that your lead picture? The one with you're about to eat some shit in a spoon?
This is. I think that was chili or something.
Is that your lead picture? That's your
That's
lead
my lead
picture.
picture.
That's the lead.
Yeah, that's why your pictures are like your ordering is
Well,
off on the.
shit, I'm not very good at this.
They should progressively get worse.
Is this what you meant by taking me under your wing? Is by telling me to change my pictures?
Well, really, I think the first step was your bio because no girl. I mean, no matter what your pictures are, if that's what you have, unless you are hot as hell, unless you are just fine,
Unless you're like Tinder boy.
it
hot.
wouldn't work for me. No, it would
Yeah,
not work
I
for
think
most
it'd
people.
work
Okay,
for
let's
you.
see your Tinder pictures now.
Let's see mine.
Yeah, let's see
My
yours.
first
Let's
my
compare.
first one is
Taylor's
totally.
on to something. It's not about the picture. It's the bio.
Yeah.
All right,
No, I
let's
don't
look at
believe
this
that.
one.
So are
You want me to read my bio?
Are
My
you
bio's-
looking for like a good relationship on Tinder?
Yeah, in the long. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Tinder boy is actually like a pretty wholesome dude, and he doesn't kiss and tell. He's like very polite and
With a defined
gentlemanly.
jawline.
With a very defined jawline.
check out that.
Look at that picture.
All right, let
Look
me
at
see
that
this.
picture
That's
right
money.
there. That's
Point it. Which camera's going on?
You look like one of the guys from
right.
what is that? One Direction.
That's what I. No, okay. This one
Yeah.
girl told me.
You look like the Zayn guy.
She said you look like One Direction, and I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I don't know what. I don't really know them." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, which one?"
The
She
guy
said,
that
"All
quit.
of them." And I was like, "At once." She goes,
wow.
"Yes," and I was just
cool.
like, "What does that
that's
mean?"
a- that's a
All
good
right,
looking
so he's got a good angle. He's got some facial hair growing. He's got two other
That one's
guys
milking
behind
it.
him, so it
That
looks
one's
like he
milking
has friends. That's a good thing. You want to look like you have friends on this. I've read.
All right, keep it. Go to the next one.
Okay, so he's out on a mountaintop
It's adventurous,
hanging out.
man.
That's good.
That's
It
adventure.
looks like he actually
Take
has a
someone on an
life.
adventure.
All right.
Yeah, adventure.
And that's, I guess, a selfie kind
That
of
was a
where
pretty shitty
he
one.
wants to show his pretty
Those
blue
deep-
eyes.
That's really what it's all about.
But
that
yeah,
one.
the smile's a little off on that
Yeah, it's
one.
just the eyes.
it
The,
That's all
the
about-
mustache is a little rapey.
Yeah, I definitely.
It's a little like
Yeah,
not
free
growing it out that
candy
long.
on
You
a-
had
no.
that mustache for a while. That
Yeah,
was
this is
kinda
about
low.
as long as I ever want my mustache.
But you know what that
Ever.
mustache screams, right? It
Yeah,
screams
molester.
fucked up like van with free candy on the side outside of a high school
Or
middle
Tom
school.
Selleck.
And
Or
then
Tom
he's got
Selleck.
this picture with like a bunch of friends. Basically, this picture says, "I look better than all my friends. I'm the best looking guy in my crew."
Because he has his head cocked sideways and it looks like a bachelor party.
And I have a
He-
giant fro growing
And
out.
everyone has their heads completely straight and perpendicular, but his is the only
He's
one going
different.
sideways.
Ooh.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then here's one you don't even see his face. He's just far away jumping
Jumping off a
off.
cliff.
That's
Fool.
adventure. That's
adventure.
fucking adventure.
That's
if
him
I've ever
saying,
seen
"Look,
it.
I'm a brave guy. I can jump off a cliff into the,
I'd
the
give
water."
Tinder Boy an 8 out of 10 on Tinder.
But
Nice.
the bio, that's where it's at.
Okay, let's see the bio. Read that bio.
It's pretty long though.
It says, "I'm terrible with these. I'm told I'm too modest. Well, here's a few small things. I'm devastatingly handsome and have been on the cover of GQ multiple times. I'm obscenely wealthy and I own 18 sports cars in a private island nation. I'm an undefeated prize fighter and I bench 500 pounds. And I have opened over 30 orphanages throughout the world, not Canada." And he has a PhD in lovemaking. See, that's funny and it's
Yeah.
like
I'm
bragging
charmed.
in a
Consider
cool
me
way.
charmed.
I
Consider
think
me
that's the
charmed.
problem that
I would
charming
match
you.
with you.
That's
Oh, wait,
the
would you
issue.
swipe me? Would you swipe me right?
as your roommate?
Yeah. Well, no,
Or as
no,
a
no.
dude that I saw on
Without,
Tinder?
no, as a dude that you.
No.
Is Tinder, can you find gay guys or is that Grinder?
Well, what happened? Yeah, I mean, you can put your sexual preference on Tinder, whatever you want it to be. But sometimes I think guys will put themselves as a girl to try to find other guys that have requested that they want
Also-
girls. 'Cause sometimes you'll see a guy.
Also, what happens, I think, is a lot of people they maybe leave their phone unlocked and their buddies change it real
that's
quick
that's not a bad idea.
as a prank, you know.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
I see some guys that are like straight up, like
Yeah, just straight up like
some
fratty as
dude,
fuck.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like okay,
Yeah.
I guess this guy could be.
Yeah.
Are the Tinder girls of decent quality?
Oh, it's all over the place, dude. It's the range.
He gets the high quality
like
ones though.
not-
I get the dregs. I
Are
promise
you
that.
embellishing
Okay,
again? Like,
there is,
No,
no,
he has-
Okay, I will make a point.
I promise you.
There's another app called Coffee Meets Bagel. It's
Yes.
basically the same premise, but you only get one per day. You only get one per, so it makes you think about that person a little bit
you
more than
swipe
Tinder.
one a day.
You don't even swipe. You just get one person. You can choose whether or not you want to talk to them or not.
Right.
On
One a
both
day.
sides. One a day. So it makes you think about that person a little bit more. It's a little more personal. So me and Fred both download it just for fun. And Fred's complaining to me, he's like, all the girls in there that I'm getting are unattractive. And I'm just like, what are you talking? Come on, dude, it can't be true. And so I'm looking at mine, and I would say probably 80% of mine are attractive at least. I look at Fred's, no joke, none of them at all. I don't know how, I don't know what algorithm fed them to Fred.
That's fucking racist, bro.
It's messed
That's
messed up.
racist.
The best dating site I used back in the day, it wasn't even a dating site. Do you remember that site, hotornot.com?
Oh, wow,
I think they still have it.
I
But
think
It
they,
still exists.
they had an option where you could just contact people.
Really?
So I turned it into a dating site. And
I think that's what
I told
people
a couple
used it
friends,
for. Yeah.
But you could sort people by how hot a chick you want to sort. So I had tried multiple pictures on this website, and I'd average like a 5 or a 6, but I had this one picture. Every time I put it up, 9.8, 9.9.
Wow.
Every time, dude.
That's that moneymaker
That's
that he's
amazing.
got.
Yeah.
That's what Tinder Boy's got for his.
So I was able to pull some pretty hot chicks just by using that picture, and then I'd show up like a 5.3.
By pull, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like I would basically...
Oh, the lie's coming out.
No, you go there knowing that you're going to hit it. And
Okay.
all they've seen is your online picture.
Wait, so you actually meet them in person then?
Yeah.
People were much more trusting on the internet back in the day.
Like I remember one, I went and met her up at Numbers. And like,
That's a great bar.
yeah.
that's actually pretty cool.
That's where we met
That's
up.
where Metalhead
But
goes
I
all the
met
time.
her on this Hot or Not website.
Yeah.
And by that time, she's like, he's only like a 5.8. But
It's pretty generous.
she's like, he doesn't look like the 9.9 picture I saw. But chances are you're going to get laid because they're like, I spent all this time.
So then you did with that one.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
Oh. Yeah, like
that was a good website
Hot or
for
Not-
a little bit.
So what do you do? Like someone's picture gets brought up and you're like, you're hot, you're not.
If they think you're hot, yeah, and you think they're hot, then
it's
you
like-
can
then
talk
it's
to them.
Tinder,
It's
right?
basically
Is it
Tinder
Tinder?
from back like 10 years ago.
With no swiping, though.
You have
Oh,
to
yeah,
click.
there was
You
clicking.
swipe, you say hot or not.
There was
Yeah,
1
same
through
thing.
10.
You search by zip code,
Wasn't
yeah.
there 1 through 10s on the little button things?
Right.
Right.
But then you could search just by your zip code. That's what I would do. And then it'd let you message it.
So you basically got
I wonder if
free
it's still
dating
there.
Website?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was awesome.
Indians are so cheap.
No, you had to pay to message, I think.
Oh, wait, really?
I think. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I just know
Wow, they monetize that shit.
it.
And then they took it
couple
away.
guys I told them about it,
And then
they
your
were
whole
like,
life was
thank you.
ruined.
Oh man.
Anyways, let's change the subject here because I know Bonafide is now. Well, you know what? Let me read an email. I actually got an email about Bonafide. Here's an email from Matt Steven. He says, Bonafide was so cool in the
no.
guy's spot. Now he's the most shy person in the history of the Men's View. Seriously, he can't even say penis on the podcast. That's fucked up.
I say fucking dong and wing wang and all that shit. That's way funnier, dude. And
He says, you know what? About 100 times every episode to replace other words. It's bad for the show more than you think it is. Just tell him that he has already said every single word in the dictionary at some point of older episodes. So I don't know. Talk to him. All right, Bonafide. I'm going to have a little talk with you.
I'm gonna have to talk with that guy. Fuck
What's
that
going
guy.
on here?
I went to Austin, Thumb War, whoever wins.
I can tell you what's going on. Bonafide's channel, he's making money on the Bonafide channel. We're not making any money on this, so he doesn't want to fuck up that channel and
Yeah,
whatever
I don't know.
he's...
I don't know what to do right now.
Whatever image he's built up on that. So,
a good image,
Matt
though.
and everybody else listens. If you want to hear some nasty shit come out of Bonafide's mouth,
Kick him in the balls.
you got to subscribe to our show. You got to vote for us on iTunes. You got to review us. You got to tell your friends. Because when this shit is
Oh, yeah.
way bigger than Bonafide channel, he's not going to be worried about Bonafide channel. He's going to be like, holy shit, what's the most fucked up shit I can say that's funny?
I'm
So do it.
like, honestly,
And I don't blame you. You're being smart about it. I mean, what can you do? You got a more conservative fan base at Bonafide channel. That's a more niche thing. You're making a living off of it.
but honestly, I'm
Can't
trying to.
fuck that up.
I mean, lately I've been thinking about just building Bonafide as just itself. You know, Bonafide is a fitness guy, he's a comedy guy, and then he's the reselling guy. That's okay to be 3 things.
Yeah.
No, I like the Bod Damn name because that. And you just recently
You know what's cool, though?
relaunched
you
Bod
type that
Damn,
into
right?
YouTube, and I'm the only
Only-
fucking guy that comes up. I love that shit.
BODDAMN.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
The funniest thing is when I put it in there, it says, "Did you mean to say goddamn?" That's what it says. It gives me that link, and it says, "Did you mean to say this?" And that's exactly why I made the name.
Yeah.
But you
and
won't
if you put
say
it in Google, I'm the first thing that comes up too.
So if you get popular
Pretty cool,
enough, when someone types in "goddamn," it'll say, "You really meant "goddamn," didn't you?"
Yeah. you don't care about Jesus. You care about reps.
Yeah. So you've relaunched that channel, right?
Not really. I mean,
It was like abandoned for a little bit.
every other day. I'm putting a video now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've built your whole garage. You've turned into a gym.
Yeah.
Like a studio
large
gym
majority
almost.
of it. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like years ago, you'd watch that Kiana and whatever on some like ESPN2, and she'd be out there working out, and
Oh yeah.
she had her own little show. Now, like Bod Damn has his own show, and
Anybody
it's just
can do
as
this.
good. Yeah. But here's what I'm worried about, because like I'm looking at all these other bodybuilding channels,
Yeah.
and what's that one guy, Jeff Seed or whatever?
Yeah.
Jeff Side. Like if you go to his page now, it's him with like 8 other dudes all stripped down and they're oiled up and they're like within inches of each other, just like doing these flexes. And I'm sorry, it looks really gay.
Well, he gets that a lot.
You're
I mean,
gonna have to
his
do that
comments-
kind of shit.
His comments are very, is this gay or not? But then there are a lot of people saying that he's the next like Ziz guy. I don't know if you know who Ziz is, but everyone's like, okay, so Ziz died. Someone has to take Ziz's spot. It's one of those like.
Yeah, but Ziz had like a
That's a weird-
personality, like a motherfucker.
Well, that's the whole point. That's
Jeff
the reason why
Seed, I don't
Jeff
think
Side
has
or
a
whatever never
personality.
get there. Yeah, he has a decent body when he's ripped.
Yeah.
But most of the time when you watch his channel, he's water weighted out, and
Is he?
He's
Do you think
seen-
he's doing steroids?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think he's a total douche.
Yeah.
But he's got he has a good body and he knows how to work out. So
right.
I mean,
He's probably getting laid like crazy, right?
probably, but I think the way he portrays himself on the channel is like a little douchey. So
Yeah, I
That's
only
not what I'm
saw
going for.
one video. Yeah, I think yours.
he's getting the younger crowd.
Yeah.
and that crowd is very like.
But if you read all his comments, it's all like, "You're gay, you're fat."
not all of them. I mean, a lot of people are like, "You're the next Ziz," and like you're this. and
Really?
that. Yeah, there are a lot
Okay.
of saying that too. And Ziz is an important figure to replace because it gives people like you hope when you were tiny, and you were
Right.
just trying to become something. You went to Howard Stern. Now that obviously doesn't work out anymore, but people go to workout things. I mean, that's a proven way to get a little bit more laid when you're younger. Like if you
Well,
start.
it's also going to make you live longer, I'm realizing.
absolutely.
Like, they say people who put on muscle going to live. I mean, if you think of like my parents,
not
right?
too much though. But
My parents are
yeah.
like older. They're completely overweight. So they have all this extra fat weight on their body. And now their body's old, right? So their joints are all fucked up. My mom's got arthritis. And then they have no muscle. So they have no strength. So
Right.
they're trying to lift this enormously heavy body. Like imagine weighing another 80 pounds on a dumbbell strapped to your back.
with no muscles.
With no muscles.
Yeah.
That's basically my mom. She's got an extra 80 pounds than she should. And she has she's weak, dude. She can barely move. I don't want to be in that situation.
Well, you're not in that situation.
But I don't plan to be. And I think everybody out there needs to go subscribe to Bod Damn now. If you're not doing Bod Damn, do some kind of workout. Do some kind of exercise, because you don't want to be that person in a wheelchair in Walmart, like pushing the button going around. Because that's about the most mobile you're going to be all day long. You want to be an 80-year-old guy, right? Because you don't know what's happening in the next 20 years. Like the life extension technologies are going to be out there to where your quality of life's going to improve. Like I believe like steroids and stuff,
Right.
all these juicing guys, like sure, like in a way when I'm like, oh, you're fucking juicing, I'm kind of jealous in a way because I'm like, fuck, all I got to do is juice and I can look pretty
No,
close to that.
no,
I can
not
look pretty good.
You'll be more confident. You'll look better.
I've juiced before,
but you
and
don't understand. Like these people spend a lot of time in the gym, bro. Like that is their life now. The
Right.
ones that you're seeing that you're like, oh, I should juice. Spend every waking moment.
But I have
making
juiced
food
and
working out. That's all I do.
half-ass working out, and I look great, like unbelievable. Like I couldn't believe what I look like quick.
Right.
So I know, but I think eventually, like there's guys like Gary Stridham, we're trying to get him on the show, but he's like a 59-year-old guy, and from talking to him, he's like, dude, I feel and look like I'm 20. If you Google Gary Stridham and hit
Right.
images, look at what he looks like now. It's incredible. Here, and for a YouTube channel, can you cut to this video on here, on a clip on here? For our YouTube guys, they can see. I'm pulling up a picture of Gary Stridham here. This guy's 57 years old. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is him at 57.
So I think that's personally a little too big, but that's just me.
Sure, but I mean,
And please
he's
don't put the book away in the fucking room so I can't see the whole picture. Like I can see it from here, and like
sure
that's too big, man.
He's too big, but at 59,
At 57,
yeah, he's not like my dad who's like
right. I see
looks
your
like
point.
a scrawny, like his barely can walk. This guy's ripped. I mean, He's one of those guys that preaches don't go overboard like with the steroids, but
Yeah.
do it the right way, you know? So
The question is, here's
There's
the thing.
guys like
He's
this-
57, he looks like that. What if he conks out at 58? Are you going to have that same mentality, yes or no? Then you're going to think twice, right? But
well,
if he at 57...
I'm watching these old-time bodybuilders that don't overdo it, that still do it.
Yeah.
There's this black guy.
But look at all the people that
French.
do overdo it. You know, there's a lot that overdo it, don't mean to overdo it. They get some bad shit. They don't stack it right. There's a lot of bad things that happen, man.
Yeah, well, those are the guys like you don't want to be like. That's why I follow this Gary Stridham guy because he preaches that. He's like, don't overdo it. Here's one guy. His name's Serge Nubret.
Yeah, I remember him.
He used to be around
Is he
back
a
when.
black guy?
Yeah, it's a black
Yeah.
guy. He used to have this amazing physique, right? And here he is, like in his almost in his 80s, where he's looking just completely in shape. Trying to find a picture of him here, but this guy Serge Nubret, whenever he was older, he just kept getting in shape. He eventually died, but here he is, like a man in his early 20s, and there he is, almost 80 years old.
Jeez.
But he died, like he
crazy.
dropped into a coma, and apparently they think his family poisoned him.
Oh, really?
So who knows how long that guy would have lived
Right.
if he didn't get poisoned and get thrown in a coma.
True.
Because at 80 years old, the guy is ripped and he looks like a 20-year-old. So there's those kind of technologies. So to all our young listeners out there, you need to follow like something similar to what Bod Dam. If you are a listener, go search Bod Dam on YouTube and start working out now like that, because you can maintain yourself at a very high level. And then maybe in your 50s, it's like 2042 or something, you're going to probably have some kind of life extending technology where you live till 200 and be very healthy, and this body will be maintained. So
Right.
it's a very important time right now to take care of yourself, because you don't want to fuck up that opportunity.
Now, I might have fucked up a little bit of my body back in the day in college days. I mean, I was eating crazy amounts of food and all this. You know, I did nutrition here and there, but I was not getting my greens in and all that stuff that cleanses your body, that helps your intestines grab the right kind of food and nutrients, right? I mean, you have to eat the greens too, man, you know? And I was doing a lot of like, not fried chicken, but I would pull the fried part off. I would eat everything underneath. I was smuggling eggs to my dorm room.
I was smuggling eggs for you.
Yeah, and you were
How would you guys smuggle eggs? What does that mean?
so easy.
Well, you
Well,
weren't
he
allowed
would
to
bring
have
like
eggs?
a giant. Well, it was an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like insanely priced. They don't do it anymore. It's like a la carte now.
carte.
But it was like
Yeah.
$5, and you could eat whatever you wanted. So Bonafide would come in with a backpack
Yeah.
and Tupperware containers.
No, I'd come out. Actually, I wouldn't come in with that. I would come in with plastic bags
Oh yeah.
from HEB, from like a Randall's place.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I would take like 8 eggs off the salad bar to where like even the cup was like no more eggs left. And I was like, shit. And then I would turn my back and I'd go to the chicken breast bar, which was the fried chicken, and I'd ask for 2 breasts. And then I would just stack on some random shit. I'd go to the table, I'd drop 2 breasts into the bag, like just which was like between my legs.
Yeah.
And then I would drop all these eggs in the bag, and then I would go back to the chicken breast line and order 2 more chicken breasts. And then I would sit down and eat those 2.
So at what point did they realize that
Dude, I
something
had like
was
5
up?
to 8 old chicken breast in my like freezer every now and then, and like fridge. It was just and I would just, you know, it gets so hard to like peel the fat from the actual breast. I'm
Right.
like, all right, this must be 4 days or 5. I throw it away. But at what? Some people noticed.
So the workers there noticed.
Some people
They
noticed.
didn't give
So,
a shit.
no,
They never
they
saw me
did give a
doing it.
shit.
They were like, "There's no fucking way this guy's eating this."
They
much.
kept trying to catch him. So
that's
then,
right, they
yeah,
did, yeah.
So then I would have to sneak out shit for him, because they'd be like searching his bag when he'd leave,
right.
but they wouldn't search me. And like, so he had like minions, dude. He had like me and like 8 other dudes that would just jack his eggs for
Just
him.
bring you food.
We'd bring.
What did they get out of it?
Salad bar.
That
You
was
got
like
a shitload of food out of
our.
it. What
They
did you
got
get
friendship.
Yeah, we got to be around.
Oh,
Bonafide.
wow. So you're little porters bringing food, feeding the beast.
It was like our donation, or whatever it's called when you give something to a deity. What is it called? Your donate, not
Like
your
an
donate.
offering?
It was an offering to our deity.
Ritual offering.
Yeah.
No, the funniest part though is like the locker room scene when. Remember, I don't know if we even knew each other back then.
No, I don't think.
But you know the locker room scene, right? And you're probably thinking like this is already
Yeah,
starting to sound
absolutely.
kind of
Already.
yeah. But what did you like? I guess I don't even notice this crap, but like you said you were looking at me in the locker, and then I pulled out something from a bag and I started eating it, and then you start eating a shitload of that too, or something like that? What was it?
No, I would just like copy everything Bonafide did. So if I saw him eating a bunch of eggs, I would do it too.
Wow.
But like I'm not realizing he's throwing out the yellows when he gets home. So I'm shoving like 12 eggs down my throat, and I'm like vomiting before class. Like it's my stomach's so fucked up. But I actually have an old picture from back then. I looked pretty good, man. I had a little six-pack going and everything. I'm trying to get back in that shape.
Dude, those were the best days, like forever. Those were really good days back then.
So what's going for you? Maybe I was sitting in my dorm room jacking off like Wu does now.
At least
these are the best days for me.
That was the first. That was the first 2 years. Yeah, I like broke my jaw year one, immediately after joining college. So that wasn't fun.
Yeah, because you met me with your jaw broken.
Yeah.
So you're like, hello, hello. What's your name?
Oh man.
Yeah, that was really hard to have conversations with women.
It's hard to bust someone stealing eggs when they can't even talk. What?
They're like, why is this guy with his jaw wired shut got 20 eggs on his plate? Something's up.
How would you even get your nutrition? You just had to slurp it down?
Oh, it was horrible because the biggest thing that can go wrong is you choke to death.
Oh.
But here's what's worse. Like they'd say you'd have to grind up your food in a blender to take it down. And they're like, yeah, you can put whatever in there, tuna, whatever. So it was always like a game, like what can I blend up to where I'm not going to want to throw up in my mouth.
And then potentially choke.
And choke. So like I would try different things and it'd be just the smell would make me want to throw up to where I finally just went to straight protein shakes. That's all I drink.
So how does it get down to your throat if all your teeth, okay, were they rubber banded shut or were they wired shut?
Wired shut. But
Holy
like
shit,
between your teeth, there's this tiny space that water can go through, right?
Wow.
So you have to blend your food to just complete liquid.
Damn.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so like
it
bits
sucked.
of tuna are like trying to get through this little thing.
Yeah. So it got to be so nasty to where I'm like, I'm not risking throwing up and dying. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
Wait, so if you're starting to throw up and you might die, wouldn't you think like, oh, you can't break those wire
No,
things,
it's
right?
wire, and your jaw's broken, so you have no strength to even open it up. You have broken bones in there.
So you basically die and you know you're dying. Like
basically,
you're like,
you have to just sit there and take
You're
it.
just gonna be just drowned in your vomit.
That's my worst nightmare for death. I've always thought that,
Drowning
like a
in your
car,
vomit?
a car accident or something where your body's broken, you know you're dying, and you know you got a few minutes, but you have to wait it out, and the pain and the fucking realization of like, this is the end
You're
of
like
everything.
reeling back, yeah.
And this is how my family's gonna find me, man. My body crushed and blood on the fucking.
Think about like even when you just
freeway.
ding your knee like against the side of the table, that instant like you're like, oh, this hurts so bad, and you like pull back and you kind of like you shrink a bit.
Well, I have a friend that I noticed like he had really bad scars down his arm. So I asked him what happened. He goes, "Hey, I was in a car accident." He said, and I was holding on the steering wheel, and I got T-bone, and my arms went through the steering wheel, and they just snapped everywhere, bone sticking out. And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's the worst pain you'll ever think." He's like, "That's why," he goes, "the moment when they come to a car accident scene, they open your mouth and they put a piece of rubber in there." He goes, "Because I broke all my teeth." He goes, "When the pain's so bad, you just grit your teeth as hard as you can, and you just start snapping all your teeth into pieces."
Gross.
He's like, "So yeah, they came over and they opened my mouth and put a little piece of rubber or something in there to bite on." Like,
You know how you had your teeth were wired shut because you passed out in a bathroom stall and you hit something, right?
well, I just got into college, right, and I took, you know how they have those little vacuum sealed coffee things, like a trial side. Well, somebody gave that to me, and these dorm rooms for some reason came with a coffee machine. I'd never drank coffee in my life. I was like freshman in college. I'm like, fuck it. So I threw it all, drank it into one cup, and then I immediately went to bed. And then I woke up in the middle of the night to pee.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I remember is peeing. And then, you know how sometimes you stand up real quick and shit like blacks out or whites out? That's what happened while I was peeing. So I slammed my face into the toilet.
God.
Oh, man.
Good thing it was a clean place, like Wu says.
No, it was filthy.
Yeah.
It was filthy.
It was a communal toilet.
It was 4 people, 2 rooms sharing it. And my roommate was, so nobody wanted to clean it. So it was just filled. Then I remember waking up and looking in the mirror and my old jaw's hanging down and my teeth everywhere. And I'm like, fuck. And then I guess I passed out again and hit the sink.
Oh shit!
And at my point, my roommate was hearing all this, but he wouldn't say anything because he thought I was joking around. So then I crawl. I guess I hit the door handle again the last time, and I crawl out and I'm bleeding everywhere. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm going back to bed, man. What are you making all this noise?" So yeah.
Wait, he didn't even help you, or what?
No. Finally, I'm like, he calls 911, and my nightmare of college had just begun, man.
That's crazy.
That was my freshman year.
That reminds me of something that I tried. And
Coming
I
of
wasn't
age
even
tale.
like fucked up over caffeine or alcohol or drugs or anything, but I was trying this thing called a vacuum. I got this book because I was so into lifting back then. I was getting huge, right? And I got this thing called the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. And if anybody that lifts knows what this book looks like, it's a fucking fat book.
it.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So you go through it, and one of the things that he teaches you to do to get your rib cage bigger. Because you ever notice when he does the side chest pose, his pectorals are like out there, right? And it looks like his rib cage is like huge, right? And his biceps like this. And I was like, man, if I could just, you start thinking these dumb thoughts, like if I could just get that look or whatever. So I realized he was doing this thing called a vacuum, right? It's where you get on the floor like on all fours, like a dog kind of, right? And then it's kind of weird, but you force your diaphragm down, you go like this, and you create this huge vacuum, right? You force your diaphragm up, and you vacuum all this, right? To where when the picture's showing, they don't see the fact that there's this huge vacuum going, right? Or when he's on stage, you ever notice when he goes on stage and he does this thing, and he does the double bicep, and his whole
Yeah,
thing
you
looks sucked
notice
in?
like it's sucked in.
You see
They
what I'm
all
saying?
used to do that.
So if you look at the vacuum pose, I tried it in my dorm.
I
On the
can't
floor.
do it, yeah.
I was on the floor, and my roommate was on the computer. I was like, try a fucking vacuum pose, and I went like this, and I was like, I fucking passed out and hit the floor.
Oh my god.
I woke up and I was fucked up for like an entire day. I was like, no
Jeez.
more fucking vacuums. Look at that on Google Images. Go Arnold Schwarzenegger vacuum like on the floor, and you'll see exactly like what I was looking like. Right before I passed, I've never blacked out. Well, I've blacked out a couple times.
looks
but
great.
Hey, we
Pretty
can't
messed up.
actually
Fucking
bring
scary.
up images on here right now.
He could probably toss. I don't know, but
Yeah, that's a vacuum pose right there.
Oh,
there's one where he's on the ground and he like you can see him doing like what I was doing, and it's really weird.
Oh yeah.
It looks like his waist is like this small and his chest is super big. Yeah, that thing.
This guy,
that's where I
Frank
passed out
Zane,
right there.
man, that guy had the craziest vacuum pose.
So that's a vacuum right there.
Probably one of the best bodies.
that's
in
like
bodybuilding.
compressing your organs,
Everything.
hardcore.
Basically.
Everything.
So
wonder
what
how
have you been
painful
going
that
on in the Bod Damn channel recently? What's your latest?
It's going to shift to a couple other things. Right now, I'm just kind of petering around with some just cool videos about like, inspiring people to get big and put some mass on their body, whatever. It's going to go into like a hybrid form of losing fat and building muscle, like 10 to 15 minute burst workouts. Things that have no editing, just straight cut workouts where you see me, going through the whole thing, taking a small break, blasting
Why
through
don't
the
you
rest of
do
it.
like special episodes where you run like Dizzle through a workout, you run Woo through
I
a
will.
workout,
Absolutely will.
CMFK, and then
Absolutely
like
will.
that way our listeners can go check it out
Absolutely will. We're gonna
because
do that in
they
a
want to
park.
see what Dizzle looks like.
We're going to do that in a
gym.
park setting. It's going to be great.
I've been working out recently, right?
You had one picture at the park where you flashed it in some weird.
See,
Maybe you were
that
doing
was
a
weird.
vacuum pose, bro.
No, that was
Because
a
your
weird.
shit looked fucking huge. man.
Everybody commented, "Are you working out? What are you doing?" I didn't even mean to.
You almost
I just
have-
took a picture.
You almost have the Beetlejuice head.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
You have this huge body and this. You ever seen Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Where like the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
head gets
That's
all
what it
small?
looked like. I noticed after y'all were saying that, I'm like, that's not an attractive. I don't know. Am I looking like I'm getting bigger?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's all water weight, right? That's all creatine right there.
No,
this
and muscle.
fucking guy shitting on your shit.
He shits on
damn.
everything, man.
Damn.
That's his way of like setting you up. Does
Not
he,
on me. He does nothing but build me up for some reason.
Really?
That's
He
weird.
doesn't
Yeah,
like
what's up with
shit
that?
on the like
That's so
your
fucking
Tinder dates or
racist.
anything.
It's so
It
racist.
is racist.
That is racist.
It's because I'm
white.
Indian, dude.
I'm a
That's
piece
why.
of shit. I'm the
Always an
problem.
Indian. These
I'm the goddamn problem right
Chinese
now.
guys, man. They fucking racist motherfuckers.
Yeah, but
Why can't we
that
all just
picture
get along?
was you running at the lake,
Yeah.
and you had a pull-in bear. What is pull-in bear? First of all,
I don't know where I got that shirt. I
why
thought
are you sporting this thing that you have no idea what it means?
because I've somehow found this shirt. It said pull and bear, but I think you know what I noticed? Whenever I
Yeah.
wear that, all the gay guys check me out.
I was
'cause-
about to say maybe it's something that a bunch of like.
no, I think they read that it's like a bear because a bear is like a gay guy that's all hairy.
Right.
Well, just like a manly
Yeah,
gay guy.
so like I'll
Yeah.
notice gay guys like check, but I googled it. It's apparently like a really high end Mexican brand. So maybe I got that in Mexico somewhere.
Maybe you're
Okay,
one of those
maybe-
mireyes. You ever heard about these mireyes?
What is that?
A mireye is there's people now that's like the younger generation of Hispanic or Mexican people
Yeah.
that are coming up in the culture, and they're very, very rich, right? They got rich parents, like Dizzle shows me these houses on the hill.
Yeah.
So these are the offspring of these rich parents. Now check this out. They actually go for clothing that has huge logos on it, like huge polo.
Oh
You ever seen
yeah,
these
those
people?
things look like shit,
Huge
dude.
horses, huge
Yeah.
Lacoste like alligator things on their shoes.
Yeah.
They're going for the shock factor, and they do their hair like Pauly D style, you know. But maybe that's what you're going for,
Yeah,
man.
I'm getting sick of these
Pulling
whole
bear.
Instagram rich guys of Instagram and like that one. What's that one guy that's always
you shouldn't
showing
say
off?
his name. You shouldn't say his
Dude,
name. 'cause
you fucking
give him
asshole. You
more-
know why? Because after this podcast, our last podcast, you told me about this guy. I spent an hour looking at his picture.
Oh,
Did you
that's
hate
good.
him? Did you
No,
hate?
I
You
was kinda
liked him?
this is pretty fucking cool.
He's got like a million.
Do you know who I'm talking about? The
No,
main
that's-
guy
no.
on Instagram. He's got like 7 or 8 million followers.
Oh yeah.
You know the guy with the
Yeah.
guns and the
Yeah,
strippers and all the
yeah,
badass
yeah.
cars.
Right.
I'm like,
He's got a lot of prostitutes.
How can you
around the
hate
world.
that?
Dan Bilzerian. That's his name.
how can you hate that?
It's
That's
Jealousy.
just
cool.
Jealousy.
It's just.
That's how you can
It's
hate it.
not even
It's
jealousy.
props. It's just like, hey man,
play.
if you got it, and
But
I'm thinking your money's
he's
gonna run out at some point.
throwing like Playboy porn stars off roofs, breaking their ankles, and
One.
he's like, "Fuck you! I got money. Come sue me. Come do something."
Right.
So that's the Justin Bieber type behavior. I got money. Fuck you.
Yeah, the guy's supposed to be. A
I can
huge dude.
punch you in the
He's supposed to be an
face,
idiot.
but I'm not going to jail
Right.
because I'm willing to spend $500,000 defending
And it's
this.
all like
But his
daddy's
pictures
trust
are pretty
money.
epic.
I guess. So.
It almost seems this Dan
sorry.
Bilzerian guy. If that was me, I would be exhausted. Like I just want to sit home chilling on
He's
the couch.
probably on coke all the time, man.
He's always got some hot girls around him, but you know they don't.
You know
These
what?
are.
He does have coke in one of his pictures on the table. Someone found it.
really?
Someone zoomed in like CSI style, and
Yeah.
there were like 2 lines on the table.
Oh yeah.
I
Nice.
saw it. Yeah.
Hey, dude, he's probably
I-
his life is drug fueled for sure.
But like all these women in there, I think he just hires them. Like, hey, I'll be in town. Who wants
Sure.
to be here for a photo
Or he
shoot?
throws money around. I mean,
Yeah.
you go to a strip club and you throw a bunch of money around, the stripper's gonna flock.
If you go to Vegas, you
You go to
have all your
Vegas.
posse in Vegas from the last time you were at Vegas and you partied with people. People remember you. They're
Well,
like,
let me
"Oh,
ask
you're
you
that
this
guy."
then. Okay, so you are so anti-bragging and so anti this and that. Why are you cool with this guy?
Because I have a feeling if I had that much money, right?
Yeah.
And I have a feeling his life has started from that and has just progressed to this, right? So I'm thinking he was a party animal before.
Well, he
So that's okay. I can
inherited
admire
a bunch
that.
of money
Right,
from
I can
his dad.
admire
Yeah.
that part. Because quite honestly, back in my heyday, it was getting like that, right? But I wasn't throwing away I wasn't throwing away money because I didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
But I was living a lifestyle kind of like that. It was kind of like that, but it wasn't that. But it had, had some guns and it had
I'm cool
fucking
with
hot
the
chicks
guns.
everywhere.
I'm cool with the money.
had
I'm
cool
cool with the
cars.
hot chicks.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with the fuck everyone but me attitude.
He doesn't have that.
Yeah,
though.
he does.
I'm sure he does.
He's
His pictures are
throwing-
all modest. He has cargo pants in every one of his pictures. He just has. He's not saying fuck everyone. I got expensive shit. Well, that's not true. He does say that. His guns
That's
are like
basically
10
what his-
like 15,000 minimum.
And he's got
dollar
like
guns.
cars and like.
If you
fake
read his
tits.
comments, it's basically "fuck you, I'm the shit."
But
You're
people,
nobody.
but people are also
Come-
saying, wait till your shit runs out. We'll see who you become then. You're like, at some point, money runs out. I think, or someone makes a pretty bad decision, or something happens. Right? This guy's probably one true lawsuit away from being, like, net worth half taken away. Like he you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He fuck with a stripper has no money, right? So her representation is probably going to be like, I don't know if I want to go after this guy. But think about if he fucks up some rich dude. He hangs around a lot of rich people.
The same type
so
of
it just
person.
takes one person to fuck your life up
They
pretty
cancel
good.
each other out.
They cancel each other out. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna have two. He's gonna find another guy
It's
that's
like a proton,
exactly
you know,
him.
like when one like thing comes or proton or whatever comes close to another, it takes all its energy and like the other one goes away,
Yeah.
and then it just becomes bigger.
I don't
Whatever
know if
that's called.
physics.
Hey, I saw a theory of everything, so fuck you, man. And I recalled nothing.
Oh,
All right. Well, hey, how do people find Bod Damn on YouTube?
You just said it.
Search Bod Damn.
That's a really
it?
good name. I like that name a lot.
I put it up
Bonafide.
today. I put it up. I even searched it today, and like every one of my videos, is the first one's gonna come up.
That's-
so it's
that's a
fine.
really
Not
cool
trying to be
name.
cocky because I actually put the space bar and I put it without the space bar, and it's like my videos are coming up.
That's a good name, dude. That's a real good name.
That
So
was
go to
pretty cool.
YouTube and search BODDAMN and watch the Bod Damn channel. You got 441 subs, man. That's pretty good.
That's not that. It's okay.
Well, for how long you've been on, that's pretty good.
It'll be more soon.
So,
Mm.
but hey, also if you're listening to the show and you're a fan of the show, please review us on iTunes, add us on YouTube, and comment. Send us emails, hdizzle@themensview.com, and help us support the show because we don't make any money doing this, but it costs us money. So if you go to themensview.com/Amazon, just buy everything you buy from Amazon normally on there. Just search it through there. Doesn't cost you any extra, but we get a small cut out of that, and then hopefully that'll at least pay for our costs that we have on the show. And also, if you're trying to go around town and you need to get some free money to get a taxi service, let's say you're going out on the night and you don't know if you're going to be drunk or not, consider Uber, which is basically what is a taxi service, but it's much better because it's on your cell phone. You see who the driver is. There's ratings. You know when they're coming, when they're leaving. If you want $25 in free Uber money, which is probably good for a trip from a club to your house or a bar, get you out of a bind. So go to themensview.com/Uber, UBER, and sign up through there. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after these words. What's up, guys? Dizzle here, and I'm hiking here out in Austin, Texas, and I just want to show you my new boots. Check them out. $225 Ace Solo boots. That's right. That sounds expensive, but Bonafide helped me get them for $40. You're not going to believe where I got them, but I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go to themensview.com/flip. Bonafide's got his book in there. Basically teaches you how to flip stuff on the internet and buy things. Where do you source these items? He's going to teach you all of that, but the basis of it is his book, Flip That Shit. Bonafide's written it just for guys like you who want to know how to make extra money or are looking to change careers or have the freedom and flexibility in your job that Bonafide does. So just go to themensview.com/flip and check it out. Look at me, I'm hiking here in this beautiful place. But Bonafide, he comes here every day because he's got that kind of schedule where he makes his own hours and does whatever he wants to. And you can too. Just takes a little bit of knowledge and a lot of hard work and some practice. And you can get the basis at themensview.com/flip. His book is 25% off right now, so check it out. Also, we need your help blowing up. We need you to go to iTunes and subscribe and like and review our show. It's very important that you review us because this is a grassroots effort. We're not a big company. We're just a couple guys out here. And the only way we're going to get found out is if people tell their friends and review us on iTunes. It only takes a few seconds, especially if you got an iPhone or an iPad. All you got to do is click on iTunes, search us out, The Men's View, and hit review. Type a couple of nice lines about us, and that's it. Also help support the show financially. If you're buying something on Amazon already, or if you're not, you need to, because you'll save a lot of money. Just go to themensview.com/Amazon and just search for whatever you're already buying and buy it through that link. It doesn't cost you any extra and we get a small cut, okay? And I'm going to give you guys a free gift here before I leave. When we go back to the show. Check it out. See this beautiful surrounding I'm on? You can see it on our YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We need subs. Whew, I'm out of breath talking here and hiking. But anyways, isn't that pretty? You can do it too. Themensview.com/flip. Buy Bonafide's book. 25% off right now. All right, we're back from a break, and I'm sitting here with Bonafide, Woo, and Tinder Boy.
Kit Kat too.
The Kit Kat.
Yeah.
We haven't got to Kit Kat.
Kit Kat.
So Kit Kat, man, what you're the neutral third party here. Are you getting Tinder dates or anything?
I'm not on Tinder.
When's the last time you were laid?
2 weeks from this coming Sunday.
How do you remember
Wow,
exactly
that's
the time?
that's very specific. At 7:03
It's only a
p.m.
week and a half ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I
If you,
remember that.
yeah.
I can't.
Because
I
as a
forgot.
guy, the moment you get laid, you're looking, when is the next time you get laid? Because it gets more embarrassing the more time passes. He's like, fuck, especially when all your roommates are getting
Look
laid.
at this
too.
guy listening to your story right now.
Woo's like the godsend because Kit Kat doesn't have to feel that bad because like he's got like two spectrums. He's got he's got Tinder Boy constantly getting laid, and then Woo never gets laid.
He's
So
that bell curve, that tiny little piece
Yeah.
at the end of the bell curve.
as long as Kit Kat gets laid every now and then, his ego stays good. Now, if it was just Kit Kat living with Tinder Boy, then now Kit
Oh, I
Kat's
see what
under
you're saying.
enormous pressure to get laid more often.
Who was this
It's
girl, Kit
embarrassing.
Kat? Was she a temporary, or was she someone you met on Tinder? How'd you meet this girl?
Oh, temporary. Actually, someone I slept with, who used to hook up with a long time ago. and then she found me again after I broke up with my last girlfriend. It was like,
So you slept with this girl in the past.
yeah, like 3 years ago, and like I don't know.
Wow.
She like messaged me.
No girls ever try to find me after
So
I
what
slept with them.
happened
Yeah.
3 years? I mean, at 3 years later, did you remember certain things about
Really?
like what you wanted or like?
kind of. I don't know. She's a lot better at sex than she used to be, honestly.
Oh, really?
Oh, you got some practice.
Honestly,
She went and got
like,
trained.
this fucking guy's gonna lie to me.
Drunkenly hooked up like probably like 2 or 3 times, like long time.
So
ago.
those don't count, right?
3 years ago.
But this was a non-drunk one.
Yeah, well, I mean, stoned. I don't know if that counts.
That counts, I guess.
But yeah.
Way better.
Oh god.
So why aren't you calling this girl back then if she's like really good?
No, we still like. Talk.
Yeah, I never said he wasn't.
I didn't say he wasn't. But like, she lives in Dallas. Like, I can't be like driving up to fucking Dallas.
Yes, you
Do
can.
some shit like that.
This guy had a girl in Mexico.
I used to drive
Jesus.
all types of places to get laid.
I don't need to drive to Dallas to get fucking laid. That's too much work.
I've
that sounds
driven
like a
to
lot.
get laid
You've
one
actually
time.
driven your sperm.
Yeah,
Like you put your
Excuse me?
I've
teleported
driven.
your sperm to a different place so it can just like fly out. That's basically what you've done.
No, I used to date this one girl like what in another town, and I'd leave the night at night, go bang her, and then drive home to work the next morning. So I'd have like no
Wow.
sleep just to get laid.
Where's the longest everyone's gone to get laid? Like, what is the farthest distance you traversed?
Mexico.
Mexico. You went to Mexico just to
I
get
take
laid.
the
Ooh.
bus through like borders
Kit
where
Kat, your brother. Almost, right?
What are you talking about?
Didn't that almost happen? No, we'll talk about it later.
So how many miles do you think?
Mexico. Oh, yeah,
How many
Mexico.
miles?
it's not
did you
how many
truck your
miles.
sperm?
I would take a 15-hour bus drive
Oh my
through like the worst part of Mexico where all the
like-
crime's going
But
on.
15-hour bus ride might actually be a place that's only like 200 miles away.
But yeah, I'm going through beheading territory to get laid.
So you're throwing your sperm through a potentially dangerous gauntlet
Right.
to get to finally a resting place where it might or may not like fly out of a cave, right?
Hey,
Like,
the
Yeah.
sperm doesn't care, dude. I don't think the sperm
but it's
cares.
funny, like the distances people will travel just to get liquid to get out of their wiener, right?
Yeah.
But that's not just to get laid. Like, you actually like dated this girl.
Right,
So
no,
it's different. So 'cause you got, 'cause
I'm
you-
married to
you
the girl
you
now.
have more in
Right.
Yeah,
Aw.
What's the farthest you've gone? Not a girlfriend, like just to get laid.
Oh.
Like 4 hours.
4 hours.
I took a
Two
plane
hours
trip. I
each
took
way.
a plane trip to North Carolina.
Yo, Kit Kat, what?
You took a plane trip to North Carolina
Yeah,
to get laid.
I
That's
did.
your
Wow.
current girl.
That's my current girl now.
Wow.
See,
That's what happens. I
That
think
was a well-calculated transport device.
I think
right there.
you-
That was like money well spent, bro.
The weirdest ones are the ones that like they play some kind of video game like for months and they've
yeah.
fallen in love through
Oh,
some video
yeah.
game and then they finally meet up. Those ones creep me out.
Yeah,
Why,
and they're
dude?
meeting up like halfway across the world and shit.
Yeah.
And the people never look like what they're
Or the ones
supposed
like they
to.
neglect their
think that's
kids
pretty
'cause
cool.
they're-
That didn't creep me out.
Woo
that's cool.
would be
It's out of
the
my
only
experience.
person who would say that right
Hey,
now.
hey,
No, I'm
he
agreeing.
said it too.
I'm
Tinder
agreeing.
boy is
It depends
and
person to
Tinder
person.
boy.
Tinder boy, why would you think that's cool if you can
I don't think
swipe
it's
right now
cool.
and have a coffee date and then be banging like
I don't think
minutes
it's cool.
later?
Okay, look, it's out of my experience. It's not something I've ever done or I probably would ever do, but I'm not going to hate on it. If two people meet in any circumstances and they end up clicking for whatever reason, and maybe they don't know exactly how physically attractive to each other they are yet, but if they find themselves like mentally attractive in some way, I can accept that.
But you're
I'm not
never
gonna
going to
hate
go
on that.
travel this distance if you don't know they look physically attractive.
I was
Probably,
just
you've probably seen
Some
pictures
people-
and stuff.
I was
Probably
just such
has
a
Skype
loser.
chat.
Like I figured like these people don't know me in this country over here. Let me just try to get laid over here.
That's true, dude. You could honestly
Maybe.
though, you could go like 20 miles down the road and people won't know you either.
Yeah.
You want to hear something fucked up? I almost had a chick traverse her womb or her uterus.
Excuse me?
What?
Okay, so you know how we're
A
traversing
child or
our
a baby?
sperm? No, I'm talking about someone coming to see me, right? So we call that, right?
Okay, her eggs. She brought her eggs over.
Yeah, basically. I was like, because back in the day, you know how like Dizzle was doing the hotornot.com thing, right? Well, back in the day, at that same time, there were these big things called chat rooms, like in Yahoo and stuff. And I would like when I was bored.
Big things called chat room.
No, but, like, I don't
if
think
you
they
kids
exist
know.
now, or maybe just I was like,
in
It's the
different
Facebook
boy.
basically
Yahoo
now.
chat room is still real. I met
What?
someone the day who actually still gets on Yahoo chat rooms.
really?
There's still AOL chat rooms, dude.
So I met this chick on a chat room called Tequila Sunrise on the Globe Chat. I remember this. This was like my first year of college.
I would ignore those far away ones. I'm
Dude,
like,
she sent me pictures and everything in her lingerie and shit.
Wow.
And she was a girl that was like,
Where did she live?
She had just turned 18, but I was also only 19. So she lived in Canada.
Oh.
wait, you actually met her in person?
No, because what happened was we were talking like a month, you know, like on the Globe Chat, like every fucking night in this Tequila Sunrise room. And she sent me pictures after a while, like in a big, was like, there's no fucking way this girl's gonna. And then this manila envelope comes in the mail one day. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And it's not just like little pictures. It's like fucking
naked.
No,
fully
she was
nude.
like, oh, I'm a model too. I'm like, yeah, right. Like and then I pulled out these pictures. I'm like, holy fucking shit. And then I was like really typing that. I was like, I gotta like get this girl down here. And
You
then,
think she was catfishing you? Or that was her?
no, I think that was really her. This was pre-catfish.
Right.
I think no one had the reason to catfish back in the day.
Back in the day, AOL chat rooms, that was where it all started, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
But this
You
chick
never
was
met
not
this person.
catfishing.
You never met this person.
I talked to her on the phone and everything. Then she's like, fuck it. My dad doesn't want me to come see you.
Catfish.
That's a fillet right there, man.
How do you make a
But if you
catfish?
send me $1,000
No.
for my plane ticket,
I didn't send her fucking shit, man.
Look, my dad
That's why
just
she didn't
died. I
No.
need your signature to get the money out
I
of the bank.
remember-
I have a P.O. box in Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm Nigerian
on
royalty.
camera.
I chatted
now.
with her, all right? I chatted with her, and she said, I got in a huge fight with my dad today. And I
This
was
sounds like a
hold on.
catfish.
She goes, and you know why? She's like, because I told him no matter what he says, I'm coming to see you. And then at a certain point of me got fucking scared at that point because I was taking care of the house in Houston by myself. And I was like, what if this chick comes down here and I don't like her or something? And then she's like fucking up my house and stealing everything. And I'm like, what do I tell my parents? Like, oh, Jenny on a fucking internet thing. You know, like,
Tequila sunrise. Tequila sunrise.
Come on, Mom, you know.
Wait, what does that room even mean, Tequila Sunrise?
because there were
song,
certain
dude.
rooms that like one was called Tequila Sunrise, one was called like Fuzzy Navel, and then the other one was called. It was just
Alcoholic beverages, just
right,
different rooms.
right? And then there was one just called
Differentiating.
like Library, and like I would never go in there.
That's where you'd find me. That's where you'd find me.
No, but there was like I remember in Tequila Sunrise because shit would always go haywire. In
Like, what
Tequila
was your-
Sunrise.
Shit went down in Tequila Sunrise,
No,
dude.
if I got bored, I would go into Tequila Sunrise, and people would be like, as soon as you get to that point, I would just chat with different girls, and as soon as they would always go like, all right, well, describe yourself, and I would start fucking with people, and I would say I'm 4'5" with green hair, green teeth, I'm about 270, but I fucking love to dance, and people would be like, come again, motherfucker, like what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, I used to just use those AOL chat rooms to fuck with
They were
people.
fun.
Dude, they'd make this.
You're getting responses on the fly too, like it's fast.
Yeah.
you know, it goes really fast.
There were these hackers that would make these programs on AOL where it would be all automated because when AOL back in the day, they wouldn't check the actual credit card. They would just make sure it was the right combinations of letters.
Right.
So like these hackers had made this automated program. You would hit a button, and it would within seconds it would automatically log you in, type in all the credit card information, make a new account, and then you'd get like 1 month of free AOL. But you could do this over and over again. So I'd make like 10 AOL accounts. I'd be
That's why they went
chatting.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
There's like no way.
They
to make
finally
money.
figured out that they would actually then go check the credit card to make sure it's a valid credit card. But this was like years later. But people would be in these chat rooms and they'd have these automated like macros,
Yeah.
and like you could flick people off. Like it
Oh,
would just
yeah.
type a line by line and draw a picture as long as nobody typed in.
Yeah,
So it was just like chaos in these AOL chat rooms.
Dude, these fucking when I was doing the chat room thing, like you didn't even get to post a picture of yourself. It was just like you got like one of 60 avatar things.
Yeah.
You pick one. One was like a blackjack.
Well,
one
you'd
was
have,
your
to,
cherries.
you'd have to
What was
send the
yours?
I don't
URL.
even remember what mine was, but I remember what this chick's name was. I remember I was called Wasted Youth. That's what I was called. I'm not even kidding.
So depressive sounding.
Yeah, I was called
That's like
Wasted Youth.
that's like a Cure song or something.
And then she was called, and this is what kind of freaked me out when she was like, I'm coming to see you, motherfucker. You know, I was like, her name was called Funky Town. And I was
shit!
like, I liked it at
Doesn't
first, but
sound too
then
attractive.
but the
It's not
pictures were really
attractive.
good. I was like, damn, the pictures are amazing. And the funny thing is, I left them in my room in
Do you
Houston.
still have them?
No, I left them in my room in Houston. I think my mom just found them one day and just,
Toss them.
yeah, probably tossed them.
Probably
I
kept
have
them.
some crazy stories about
I
my mom. My mom found in my room way back in the day.
Yeah.
I'll tell them on one podcast.
Okay.
All right. Well, you guys want to do the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have something to say? Wu?
No, this was just a great story that he told. Like, so I don't know. When you guys have just random girls over, do you ever hide your like wallets and passports and stuff?
No.
Do you ever do this? Like, because you bring a stranger
I-
to your
I-
bedroom,
I used to have
and
the Special K.
Special K, the
Yeah,
cereal.
Khalid.
Yeah.
No, Khalid. He used to be on our show. Special K
Okay.
is this Pakistani guy.
Yeah.
He brought
He's
over
shady,
some.
right?
Like, yeah, he brought over some crackhead, like literally crackhead type women.
So you fucking hide that shit, right? Because that It's your valuables.
No, they actually stole stuff out of our car.
There we go.
To where we kicked them out and left them on the side of the highway.
There we go.
Oh wow.
At gunpoint or
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Man,
got
you guys know where I'm coming
We
from.
have a lot
right?
of stories left to
No.
cover on this podcast. Trust me. Dizzle's pulling out gun stories. There's so many stories.
Yeah. I'm going to have to wait till the statute of limitations passes on those.
Jeez.
I don't even know how long that is, but they're good stories. But all right, let's do the news here. So Al Pacino, you know how there's these celebrities that all the time, like, people are just obsessed with celebrities for some reason. I'm one of those people that are not. I could give a shit if somebody's a celebrity or not, but people want to do whatever they can to be around celebrities. So Al Pacino is taking advantage of that. He's charging $41,500 for a package. You can just spend $5,000 and you can have some alone time in his dressing room with him. But if you spend $41,500, you get to fly with him on a private jet. You'll get the meet and greet with him. He's 74 years old, by the way. So, but you can book this through it.
Time's running out. Buy now.
Yeah.
So who's buying this?
I guess Al Pacino, hardcore Al Pacino fans.
Wow.
But he hasn't made a movie in forever. Like, okay, look, if this is Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example, I think that might be like, oh, okay, like, because he means, he was the governor, he was a bodybuilder, he's an actor, like that's pretty
He's a
awesome.
person you're looking up to, clearly, though. So there's probably people that are
He's
into Al
achieved a-
Pacino.
He's
That's a
achieved
good
a
My
lot.
little brother is super into Al Pacino. I don't know why.
But would he
He's like-
spend $42K?
If my little brother had 42K,
Well, you
you
can
better
spend
bet he would.
$4,200. You get 20 minutes with him in his dressing room.
So
alone.
my question on the plane is, where the fuck does the plane go?
Glasgow, UK.
So it takes you to
Or
some
sorry,
fucking
Glasgow, Scotland.
for $42K, you get to talk to some fucking
From-
guy.
you
and
go
he
from-
drops you off in some cold
Yeah, where do you
place.
start? Where do you
From
start?
UK to Glasgow, Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's probably a short flight
Yeah,
too.
it's like 45 minutes or something.
But I guess you do this if you want to kind of get into some business deal with them, like
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
some way to
Because think
talk
about
to
like
them.
you run out of shit to talk about, and you're just sitting across from Al Pacino in this nice private plane, not saying anything to him
I
for the
doubt
next
that would
like.
ex- I doubt that would happen.
You think he would try and start conversation with you?
He's
if
probably-
you
Well,
guys
Well,
I guess he has to. That's part of the deal. But the
okay.
20 minutes in his dressing room's got to be awkward as shit. Like, how do you start that
Exactly.
off? Hey, what's up, Al? How you doing?
You'd be like,
Everything cool?
how's
Al's
your
just
day?
like, yeah, he's just looking at the fucking clock. Like,
Does it define private time? I mean, what are we talking about here?
it,
Oh, what
yeah.
the fuck are you talking about?
It's talking. I'm just saying.
it just
it
says
says
20,
private.
Why are you
20
tugging
minutes
at your wallet?
alone.
I'm just saying.
20 minutes alone in his dressing room. Or if you want to group meet and
sounds
greet,
weird.
you
That's-
can
yeah,
save some
see?
money. It's
You
$1,000.
can group and double team them, triple
Whoa,
So
team.
if we get,
whoa.
hey, if we get big one day, like really big, we should all get like Menzies wants to come see you. $1,000. Here you go.
No, we
And then-
charge. We charge $42,000.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
get on
Al,
our plane.
We know you've got the money, Al.
I'll do it
You
for
come over
$20.
here.
When we get big enough, we should just rent a giant Econoline van and be like, we're taking it from Austin to Houston, and we charge you $1,000, and you can ride in the van and ask us anything you want.
Sounds so uncomfortable.
And we'll put Paul Conda in
We'll
there.
just get we'll get Metalhead's Astro van.
Yeah.
We'll get Metalhead's
Oh.
white van, and yeah, people pay us $42,000 to come sit in a car. We'll
we
drive from back
should
and forth
have
from
a
Houston to
crawfish
Austin.
boil once a year in this town
Yeah.
and bring him in the van, and that's where the crawfish gets distributed out of.
He wants to
this
come
is
down
like-
this weekend.
Because you know what the story was, right?
What?
There oh yeah, we haven't aired the segment yet. I won't spoil it.
Okay.
Because last segment there was a chick that got in his van, and there's some relation to crawfish. So, anyway,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was a good
You know what I'm
story,
saying?
though. I like that story
Yeah.
a lot. That was a good
we
story.
don't want to spoil it for
All
you
right.
guys.
So here's what's going on at IKEAs in China. They're having a little bit of an issue with Chinese people at IKEA in China to where they're having to crack down. So there's a lot of people in China that when they go to IKEA, they just treat it like their house. They'll take their shoes off and just slip on the covers and just go to bed for like hours. Because there's so many people in China, and they just figuring like, hey, this is they'll bring their friends over and sit on the couches.
I know what it is. It's the 99-cent meatball special. It puts them to sleep.
There we
It puts them in a
go.
coma.
Swedish meatballs, yeah.
Yeah.
Swedish
Nice.
meatballs. Also, there's a lot of homeless people
The
in China.
pictures
so-
of the meatballs, if you take a look, because I was just at IKEA like 2 weeks ago, the meatballs, even the best picture that they took for the meatballs, it looks terrible. The meatballs
Yeah, no,
look awful.
absolutely. It's because it's in a fucking furniture store.
Oh
I have
my
no
God.
appetite.
Here's pictures. If you're on our YouTube page, they're just
Holy wow, just hanging
completely
out.
just falling asleep. So yeah, people are having to crack down on them
I bet.
and
Yeah.
get them out of there.
You know what? Because it's probably 20. You know, in China and Japan, they have like places that you can lay down, like almost like space station. Like you lay down, you crawl in this little fucking
little
tube looking
capsule.
thing, a
Yeah.
capsule, and you can take a power nap for like $20 or $5, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So why not just get loaded with fucking Swedish meatballs and just go pass out in IKEA? And
Yeah,
you
that
can't
sounds
even wake-
awesome,
You
actually.
can't even
Sounds
wake up.
It's also
awesome.
considered matchmaking events because there's one particular IKEA store in Shanghai where retired people would sit there drinking the free coffee and then they'd try to get customers to hook them up with their kids, like to marry their kids.
Whoa, wait.
Makes
What?
sense.
Wait, the old people are trying to get laid or what?
No,
Okay,
they're
wait,
trying
wait.
to get their kids laid.
Oh, I like
So
the first.
Describe
okay, I
what's
like
going
my
on.
version.
They're old people walking in with their kids.
This happens in India too. My mom's done this to me.
Wow.
But my mom has good taste. And she used to do this to me when I had absolutely no confidence and I was
Yeah.
completely
No game.
embarrassed about myself.
No game dizzle.
Like I could barely talk. She'd take me to one of her little religious gatherings, and I'd be standing there awkward as fuck. Next thing I know, like I'm being spun around by my mom, and I'm shoved into the face of some super hot like Persian girl. And it's like,
Nice.
this is my son. Meet my son. And I'm just like,
Oh man.
and then I turn around and walk off like embarrassed as fuck.
Dizzle's mom, number one wingman.
So maybe that's where
Wing
a lot of
woman.
I gotta
things
meet this
started
mom.
I
from.
want to meet this mom too.
Maybe the
Dude, maybe she
inception of
hooked me
your
up.
fears with women and stuff starts way earlier than what you think. Maybe it's this one part right here, you know?
Where I'm getting shoved into super hot women's faces, completely unprepared for the situation.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Maybe it's like really.
Isn't
really
that
bad.
horrible? Like I guess she means right, but
You know what's weird? Is maybe in a parallel universe at this given moment, there's another Dizzle that is like a Bilzerian. What is his name?
Dan
Dan
Bilzerian.
Bilzerian.
Yeah, maybe there's a Dan Bilzerian.
Like my mom turns that Dizzle around, shoves him into some girl's face, and immediately Dizzle's banging this chick.
Right, but,
An
she's,
hour
there,
but
later.
she's
right
a
in front of his
ri-
mom.
But she's from a rich family,
Dizzle, stop.
right?
Stop.
And she gets all the money, and then somehow she dies, and then you inherit everything somehow.
That'd be so perfect.
And then now you buy guns, and then it leads to strippers. But then in a parallel universe, there's also another Dizzle that's like totally fucked up, like even worse, like way fucked up. You
Like,
know?
Way more fucked up
Instead
than
of
now.
Covered in
Dizzle
scorpions.
improving,
Yeah, and, it gets him off.
It's under Bridge Dizzle, like strapping some shit to his hand, like trying to
Live
get, like-
scorpions.
Hi,
Yeah.
Scorpions. Oh dear God, Dizzle. How could you have
I
gone
think
this
if
far?
Dizzle went completely wrong,
Yeah.
I would end up where Woo is right now, like masturbating in my room.
My
like-
roommate.
Why are you making
Hopeless-
this sound like such a bad thing?
because
No,
that was my
hopefully-
most hopeless situation.
People out there in YouTube land, my life is great. I love it.
Ask them, ask the girls, would they date you right now?
Would you date me right? Would you date?
Right now.
Okay, I wouldn't date me either.
Like
but
me and my most hopeless is like how Woo describes his life.
Can't even convince someone out there. Please,
come on,
please
guys.
look at me.
Woo wouldn't even swipe
Hey.
himself on Twinder.
Hey, you know, honestly, so I've been frequenting this subreddit lately called Random Acts of Blowjob.
Oh my god.
And basically, what you do is
Antonio girl.
you post just a or a
I've been
topic,
told about this before.
and you're like,
how
hey,
did you
I
find
want a
this?
blowjob. I don't know. I was just looking around.
Somebody else
I
recommended.
was just looking around.
No, I was just looking around.
I was just looking around.
I was looking around for a blowjob.
No, I read about. No, I read it.
Yeah, the idea is that we have like you could just get someone who's feeling charitable.
I think your
To-
parallel universe is occurring right now. I think it's like
No, that's it.
His universe is collapsing into a black hole.
he's like trying to experience the worst of the worst, like right now,
But like
in this very moment.
he's like approaching these like completely wrong. Like he's spending too much effort, like spinning wheels in areas that are not going to pan out.
Honest, but
Pan
I
out.
did get
No,
a
it is
bite.
panning out.
Wait,
I got a
you did?
bite. Yeah.
Okay, how did you?
There was
get
a girl that was just like, "Hey, like, have you found a lady to help you out with this yet?" And I was like, "No, I'm totally still interested. Let's do this." And so I haven't
So
actually.
do you
like,
have to
confirmed it.
drive to San Antonio?
No, she says she will come to Austin from San Antonio to blow me.
Do it for the show. Do
and
it
that's it.
I'm gonna
do it for the show.
Bring her on the
I'm
show.
gonna do
Do
that
it for you.
me.
Do it for you. Do it for you, dude.
It's not for the show.
If we say do it for you, it won't happen. If we say do it for the show, you might do
Dude,
it.
if she's willing to drive down, I will totally let her suck my
That's
dick.
zero
What does
effort,
she
yeah.
look like?
She's a little heavier.
Let's see the
Here,
picture.
I'll pull up a picture.
Oh, you have pictures?
Yeah, I have
Okay,
a pic-
if
one
a-
picture.
She
Because we exchanged pictures
If that's
today.
not her kink, and she's only doing that because she's super desperate,
She might be. I don't know.
that's not
I think
gonna
it's
be good.
okay. Look, I think it might be the kink because she's not. She can. Any many guys in San Antonio, I'm sure, would love a
Right,
random
that's what I'm saying.
blowjob.
A chick
It has
her.
to be.
looks good from
Yeah,
here.
it looks pretty decent, man.
Okay, so she says she's 5'2"
yeah.
and 150 pounds.
That is actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
let me
Don't
see.
show
You
her
think that's
picture.
pretty
Don't show
good,
her
though?
picture. No,
Okay.
she looks pretty decent.
Yeah,
That's
wait,
good.
Fred.
All right. Okay. I'm not entirely
little
into
older
it.
Okay, hold on.
chick.
No, she's
The ultimate is the Kit Kat. Let's just, what do you think?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
All right.
really?
Kit Kat approves.
All right. Well, I mean,
Wait, so do you judge everything based off our opinions?
no.
Like before,
No,
you
I'm
weren't-
still not really. I'm
You know
not
what's
really
funny though?
attracted
The
to
fact
her.
that this
Okay.
chick comes down here and does blow him, that his universe might get completely worse, like immediately, you know?
Yeah.
I'll
'Cause
probably only be able to
the
get off
moment
to
she
random
blows
women.
him,
Yeah. You've
now he's like, what do I do with her? Like,
no, he might enjoy it so much he starts looking for crazy other things, and it's like his road has. You ever seen
life.
Back to the Future 2?
Fet life.
Yeah.
Where
That's the next step.
Marty goes to that other like fucked up like parallel
Oh
universe.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like that. Who's gonna grow his hair out again, and he's gonna get all fat, and then no one's gonna want to blow him at all,
Or everyone wants to blow him.
So
and you're gonna be wearing a Pull&Bear Bear shirt.
when she comes,
That's the worst. That's the worst possible universe.
that's it. I'm wearing the Pull&Bear shirt next show.
You have to do it with dreads, dude. It'd be like, this is Woo's worst universe. And we're gonna commemorate your worst universe ever.
Oh man, no. I wouldn't want to go that far. That would suck.
Yeah, I would never wear a Pull&Bear shirt.
never
There's no
pull
way.
her. If there's anything in my life, I would never do that.
It just doesn't. To me, it
Everything
doesn't
else
sound
goes
like
to shit.
something that would like. People would be like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude! Look, a Pull&Bear shirt."
You know what?
Like,
I
no.
wear.
Actually, the more we say it, the more dope it's sounding.
Yeah, I thought
the more we say it, the cooler it sounds.
I thought it was so cool. I wear it to the gym. I wear it everywhere.
sounds-
People look at me strange.
It sounds like that Build-A-Bear shop where you stuff the bears
It
with
does
bullshit.
sound like yeah.
But the
But
heart,
it
sounds like that.
It sounds like that, but it also sounds like a gay advertisement.
like
You know,
a gay
pull
bar.
exactly a Pull&Bear.
gay-
So like,
The pole
okay, that's
is
why
like
everyone
the
at the gym looks at me
tug
weird when I
hand
wear that.
job.
They probably think I'm
Yeah.
advertising.
Like some
But I'm
people could be
gay.
like a pole and a bear, like
A Pull&Bear,
Pole,
Pull&Bear,
like actual
male
pole.
stripper,
Pull on a
But
bear.
it's Pull&Bear.
like bears stripping. You
You should
know,
wear it next show.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get one.
See,
I think it
now
sounds
I'm
cool.
self-conscious.
I got- yeah, me
I think
too.
people at the gym are staring at that shirt thinking I'm gay.
When did you get the
you're
shirt?
probably
I don't
gay.
know where. I thought you gave it to me.
I never gave
I had
it to
asked you one day, did you give me this
Don't
shirt?
try to pass this shit on me, dude.
So I'm thinking I got it. So then I Googled it, and it's some store in Mexico. So I'm thinking when I visited my wife, she maybe like tossed me her brother's shirt or something.
Pull&Bear.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wait.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna be able to. We're not gonna walk into your closet and open it up, and it's just gonna be full of Pull&Bear shirts.
What is this Pull&Bear? Are you a poof? My dad's gonna find it. What are you a poof? What
I
is
think
this
it's a little
Pull&Bear?
poofy because it's so blatant. It's like
Well, the color of it too.
It's like the Levi's thing back in the day where it's like button your shorts or like you know what I'm saying? It was like
yeah.
the big letters. It's just too much.
It says Pull&Bear in ever young community.
Oh wow.
Wait, what?
That's
okay, now
tasteless.
that might be.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what's
tasteless.
going on
Every
anymore.
young community, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's okay though. Whatever, dude. You're in
now you
Austin.
have like
But
almost
it's
all
also
the
the
people
color.
on the, people
It's
on
a
the
little
panel now are squinting, so it's like not getting like. It's not like we're wanting to buy it, you know. Like I saw you squint. He's like shaking his
I'm
head.
buying it.
No, you're not.
I'm not really.
Why don't you change? Okay, I'll tell you what. You think this Pull&Bear thing is so cool? Buy one, put it how you can wear his.
Here's the
for one
catalog.
Tinder shot, and then you can make it your main shot.
Pull&Bear.
Here's the catalog for Pull&Bear.
It's pretty classy, or that's like new age hip.
I like that
Look
guy
at
though.
that.
What is he going
look,
through?
Look at that woman though. Look at that woman in her fucking like. What are they? Those are like athletic shorts.
Oh, you know what?
Everything
It's
is wrong.
international. They got stores in Bulgaria,
So it's like a Zara.
Belgium,
It's like a Zara kind of.
Dominican, Portugal.
Okay, these are all like third tier like European countries though. So
Why don't you just type into Google? Do you know what? Oh,
UK.
there it is. I'm saying it.
It's
but
it's worldwide except America, man. I'm super fucking trendy when I wear that shit.
and gay. But
Yeah.
that's cool. You're in Austin.
Yeah.
is it a schmedium or is it like? What is it?
A schmedium?
Dude, you
oh,
look
like,
like.
a small medium.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty. I've never heard that before.
Is it a schmedium?
I don't know. I watched it today. I remember folding it today before I came to the show.
All right.
I like it because it's so soft.
But it is very tight on
Pull&Bear,
you.
so
Yeah,
soft.
So I'm putting on some muscle.
Have you ever like accidentally washed a already tight shirt, but you like it so much that you still kind of wear it, but then it's
Yeah.
like starting to come up way more higher than it should every time that you dry it.
It starts slicing into your ribs.
I
because-
wear those like way past when you should stop wearing them.
Dude, you were wearing scribble shirts, like
Oh, yeah, that's true.
scribble shirts.
Yeah, your
But
dad
I'd wear
thought you were a
scribble
poof
shirts that would
because-
like ride up because they were so shrunken from washing
it's
too
like
much.
the worst. It's not even like a Chris Angel look. It's like this like Chris Angel that's like
It's like a crop top.
a crop top magician guy in the street.
Whenever you see whenever you see those older guys in the scribble shirts nowadays,
Oh,
you just feel bad for them.
What's a scribble shirt? What's a scribble shirt?
It's like the ones that say like they have
affliction.
skulls
It's just
on
that
them.
scribble and crosses.
They'll say like affliction in Old English. And
Sequins, sequins and gems. And
you wore
cross-
scribble.
I used to wear scribble shirts, and then it became my lawn mowing shirt. So I would be mowing lawns in scribble shirts, and people would look at me like, "What's this guy about to go out to a club, mowing his lawn before the club?"
Oh, those guys are the worst. The ones that wear them to clubs. Did you used to wear them to clubs?
Yeah. But I used to hate going to clubs. I hated going to clubs.
You would wear
I
one
didn't know what
all
to
the
wear.
time. You would wear this black one
Scribble shirts.
a lot when you visited Austin before you
Was
got a
it
house
red?
down here. No, it was a black,
black?
one. It was a black one.
But with red lettering.
Maybe, but it was
That's
just
my wife's
so
like
bad.
nightgown now.
It was so bad.
My scribble shirts are my lawn mowing shirts, and my wife's what she wears at night. Like,
She's bro
a
as fuck when she
faded
goes
one, too. It was totally faded and everything.
Yeah.
And you were still like going downtown with it. I was like,
then I had this brown one with like baubles and shit over it, and I was with Bonafide, and then like I was trying to get in this club. Everybody gets in, and then the bouncer looks at me and goes, "Bro, you're too shiny, bro. You can't come in here. You're too shiny."
Shit. Wait, what's that good? Is that good or bad? Is it good to be shiny or
not
bad to be
good.
shiny?
Apparently not good because you can't get in the
Yeah, I
club.
couldn't
can't
get
get-
in.
Oh,
I was too shiny.
so then he buys the Pull and Bear shirt.
And
Yeah.
now he's getting it everywhere. VIP, baby.
Getting into all the gay clubs.
I got a couple buddies that I like to meet ya.
We should fucking get some of these shirts, dude.
We should all wear pull and wear
Sport
shirts.
them.
It's gonna blow.
We should
stateside.
sport them and
Tweet up.
document our like what's happening during the day when we wear this shirt. Like,
Pull and Bear. See if they'll supply the men's
Yeah.
view
Can we
with Pull and
partner
Bear
with Pull and
shirts.
Bear?
why are all these smart cars around me?
Does Pull and Bear even have a Twitter?
I bet they do.
Oh,
All these
dude.
big.
Oh, they do. Pull _and_ bear.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna
Well, that can't be the legit
that
official
cannot be
one.
it. Be careful.
Only 20 followers. That's
no,
not
that's
them.
not it. Find the real one because we'll tweet it.
You know,
We
they
can tweet like-
probably.
I mean, they make their shirts in like Bangladesh or some
No, we can
shit.
tweet it like, "What is Pull and Bear?" in question mark. It's not saying that we hate it.
Well,
or
this
we
might
love
be
it.
the real Pull and Bear, but they only got 243 followers.
That's not the real Pull and Bear. If it's an international mirror,
It's
like,
got a picture of their store.
okay,
What kind of tweets are we talking about? It's got a picture of this.
Yeah, well, what are the tweets? What are the tweets?
It's just pictures of like their clothes.
Oh,
how crazy would it be if they like outfit us? They send a box and like
we just look like a bunch of fucking.
Bear. I'd wear it. I'd wear it to hell and back.
Anyways, let me go over the last news story here. So, this lady, and there's a lot of these people come out and they start complaining, but the Oregon mom was not happy. She said she found 3 bags of marijuana stuffed inside an Easter toy that was meant for a toddler. So she purchased it at Walmart, and she's mad. She
You
wants.
know what that was?
It was a Smart Shots Sports Center.
So there was some marijuana in it.
Yeah,
You know what that was? It was a drop, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
really.
yeah, it's a drop.
How much was it? Like, how much marijuana was in
It
there?
didn't say. It just said 3 bags.
That's a drop. That's like you. That's a drop. Yeah.
What is a drop? Wait, what do you mean a drop?
That means someone goes in there, drops it, right? Because they got paid, and then the person goes, "All right, it's in the Walmart aisle 8. Get that, and then they.
Oh, so
maybe
like,
they got arrested
make
that day
a
or
drug
something.
deal without
Right.
actually.
Yeah, it's anonymous.
Going hand
too.
to
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Because you're at a place where you're probably going to spot the cops. Like it's a very, it's not in the dark.
Right.
You know.
But you're on camera.
Doesn't matter.
It's a weird thing to do with, like, marijuana, though, I feel.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
With, a harder drug probably makes sense.
But once you go under a building, it's like now surveillance is getting tough. You have if you're out in the open, it can happen. But if you're in a Walmart and everything, now you got to clear it with them. Like you got to, what I'm saying?
Walmart seems like the easiest place to steal, though. If you go at night, there's nobody. There's 1 or 2 guys just working the front.
well, you don't need to steal it though.
Yeah, you just have to get
You just
into
pay
it.
for the item, right? Or wouldn't you? I mean,
No, you would just stick your hand in and you
Oh,
would
just
just take a
take it.
razor
Yeah,
blade.
yeah,
and you would
yeah.
But
just
that's what I'm
take
saying.
it.
I don't
Yeah,
think
true,
anybody's
true.
watching those cameras at Walmart.
That's the whole point.
It's
It's a
all-
perfect place for a
right.
drop. Yeah.
Unless some shit goes down, they probably don't go to the cams.
Dude, you think there's okay? Honestly, there's probably like 2 people on all the cams in the entire store.
Target's the one you don't fuck around with.
Yeah, that's the one.
I've been in Target a couple of times, and suddenly like 8 guys will charge out of this room by the like where you exit.
He's got a Pull and Bear shirt. Get him.
And they'll tackle some random person. And they'll be like, "Come here, come here!" Like, we know you shoplift. And these are like cop-looking guys that run out. Target doesn't fuck around with their security. But so
Yeah,
you don't
it's a-
think this chick was just trying to get some money?
Target's more of an image. Let's put it that way. Walmart's more of like square footage, make a lot of profit, and then you get a lot of weirdo. And it's open late at night. Target isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of them aren't. So you get weirdos at night.
Right.
Target's like a tier higher. Is that what you're saying?
See, Dizzle,
Yeah, the
if he was
Walmart-
going to do the Black
Walmart.
Friday thing, and like he used to always on Black Fridays, like he would go with video cameras. Or,
Yeah, I'd go to Walmart just because it's hilarious to see the type of people there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you get
actually.
your kicks. You almost die, but you get your kicks because you get to take pictures of people just holding up like 42-inch TVs for like $200, and it's like
Or fighting. And I saw
jeez.
this lady with a giant, like one of those toy Jeeps, like
Yeah.
that you can, in like her shopping cart. Like, it was just crazy. But that's the news for this week. Hey, before we go, man, I'm having an issue with Facebook. I got this fucking like thing I added on. It says like hot Asian girls,
Yeah?
and these girls are so
You
hot.
have my interest.
But I can't.
Like you like the page, you mean?
Yes, but now I can't. I want to hit the like button, and I sit there like with my fucking finger because some of these girls are so hot, and I want to hit like. I
But
can't
your
do
wife
that
will
shit.
Figure it out.
She fucking finds my wife anytime I hit like on anything. She's on me, dude.
You can't
She'll
you
go back
hide
in there
that or something.
I need
Like,
to figure out how to do it
You don't have to like it
Wait,
though.
why do
Just
you have-
look
why do you
at it.
wanna
Why
like
do you
it
have
so
to
bad?
because
like
I'm
it?
sitting there, dude, with my cock throbbing.
and you gotta hit like.
Because the girl's so fucking hot, I want to just hit like.
What?
Because I see like it says like 3,000 people liked it, and there's 400 comments, and these guys are like, "Oh my god, I'm fucking hot." I want to write something in there
Why do you want to write something?
because these girls are
review.
so fucking hot. I want to say. I'm seeing all these other guys writing, and
What?
liking.
That makes
and
no sense.
I
But the
feel
other
like
guy's
I'm
writing.
restricted
That
now
makes no sense.
because it's not even about my wife now. Now her friends are gonna see what I write, and then
That's true. That
my
is true.
uncle Big John sometimes he'll fucking see shit and comment.
That's true because I'm your friend and I see you commenting on some of
Yeah.
the Houston news
I
channels.
had to hide you because you would just comment on too much shit that I don't care about.
But now I see what you're talking about.
So yeah.
Kit Kat
You know
has
who
some.
the only person is who is not going to see the you like that? The girl in the picture.
And what she did, even if she did, she sees 4,000 other people.
Right.
Oh, shit, it's Dizzle.
And she has.
He
she probably
liked
has
me.
no idea that she's even on that site in the first place.
Yeah,
But
those
I
are
like it.
stolen images.
Yeah.
Asian women don't know. Asian women don't know their pictures on the internet.
They're not. She's not running that shit.
I just want to hit a goddamn like button.
That's weird.
Without having the whole world look at me like some hot Asian chick bent over showing her ass.
So it really shouldn't be about your wife catching you. You should just email the Zuckerberg dude and be like,
Why don't you?
"Motherfucker."
Why don't you create your a separate Facebook account just so you can like these hot Asian girls?
Because then it's no fun.
Okay.
I'm really not understanding this. all here.
No, he's an exhibitionist.
That's that must be what it is.
That's just creepy. Like having a separate account just to go like pictures of hot chicks.
but
on
your
the-
But your
dude,
compulsion to like them,
yeah.
that's what's creepy
You're
to me.
I want to
pressing-
like them as me,
But
as
you're-
H Dizzle.
You can
You
like
were
you can. You do clearly like them as H Dizzle. You're trying to like him as H Dizzle on Facebook.
Yeah.
Why are you suppressing yourself though? That's that bothers me.
That's what I don't. I'm not a person that suppresses, and I'm having to do it
I don't know.
to protect. I guess my
The
wife's
point is
integrity.
like you can
Yeah.
It's
create
more-
a new account and act out your sickest desires, and no one will care.
But your names aren't even the right
Facebook
names on
desires.
Facebook anyway.
No, but like my
So-
wife's friends are gonna be like,
Oh.
"Well, why did he like that?"
This
Or they're gonna send because I've seen my friends do it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen my buddy that's like
Oh,
a
yeah, you see-
really like upstanding like Family Guy, and he'll like a picture of some girl like some dirty girl just spreading
that's
her
always
ass.
that's always hilarious.
How many
Yeah.
friends does he have?
But I'm like,
like 27. Like,
sometimes I'll screenshot and I'll be like, bro, you know this is popping up, right? And they're like, holy shit. It's like he's liking the nastiest picture, but like nobody would expect that guy to like it.
Yeah.
Now it's just broadcasting to the whole world.
my
That's
God,
hilarious
that's
how like
awful.
oblivious.
Yeah, it's
some people
horrible.
are.
That is pretty funny though.
Because I used to like shit like that all the time till I saw my friend. I'm like, ooh, that looked creepy.
Yeah. Yep. No, even if it's a young guy that does it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like even if it's like someone who's it's perfectly acceptable, they're single and they like women, and they do that, you're still like, what the fuck are you
Especially
doing that
if
for?
you're a chick and you might have had some interest in it, you're like, ugh, that's who he's liking. Like it's an immediate turn off.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's hot, man. He's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's
You know,
hot.
there's this thing
Asian-
called the internet, and you can just find basically the same image.
You can get
go to Google.
It's
Yeah.
better when there's a whole bunch of other guys.
He needs to comment
commenting
though. He needs to
and
comment.
liking.
I don't. Yeah, that's what it is for you, dude. That's what's getting me. That's what's throwing me off.
No, but you know
The
why?
other guy's
You know,
commenting.
on porn sites they have comment sections,
I've never
and
read
people.
Yeah, do you ever visit?
I read those sometimes, and sometimes they're really disgusting, and some like they make no sense. They're like, oh, I love this girl. I'd love to come on her back or something like that. And I think that's what Dizzle.
Do you
just
ever
need to
comment on a porn site?
No, never. No, never. I actually closed the windows out of shame after I finished, so never get the chance to.
Makes sense.
You know what I just realized?
What's the side of the week, Woo? You have to do. So we're gonna have a side of the week.
Oh,
update
side of the
from you.
week. Oh yeah, why
What's
not?
side of the
That's
week?
just
What's
free
We only have one
promotion.
side of the week.
Yeah, what's the
Fred.
side of the week?
The side of the week
sponsored.
is beeg.com, beeg.com.
Oh, look at
It's a conglomerate. All the big porn sites send their
Beej.
high definition videos to this website.
Beige.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
BEEG.
yeah. Beej.
How do you
yeah.
find these like?
There's actually
Porn
there's a site called Tblop, the big list of porn.com.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
You have a virus on your shit, and every time you do that, it just automatically like your browser is this fucking thing now.
Tblop's legit. They just have all the streaming sites on there. Okay, he pulled up.
I'm on-
Hey,
I'm
speaking
on
of
Beej right
porn,
now.
I saw a video of our buddy Harris Bergeron
Oh, I did too.
and his girlfriend.
Seriously?
Yeah, on Pornhub the other day.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's on there.
Did you comment?
No, I didn't. No, I just saw it says Harris is like what Bella Borden fucks her boyfriend Harris Bergeron or something.
No way,
I just
that's
pulled it up.
crazy.
It's I guess I saw Harris's dick, but it was just him doing POV fucking his
Did this
girlfriend.
strengthen your friendship or not with Harris?
You know what? I don't think it really affected it. I
Or
didn't,
you like
I didn't
Dizzle,
jack
like-
off to it or
Watch the whole
anything.
thing?
No, I skipped through. I was like, oh, okay, this is Harris and his girlfriend.
So you didn't think it was that good then? You didn't even stay for the show.
So I knew the guy.
Was it HD?
But you didn't even see
It
the
wasn't
guy.
HD. I didn't see the guy, but we talked to him on the show a couple
I
weeks
saw
ago.
it. I actually saw today.
Yeah.
Like Harrison had tweeted me an animated GIF of the clip when
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
little tiny guy on the
Yeah,
cake.
Oh, that's funny.
I actually
that was
added that into the show notes description
good,
for his
good.
episode. So if somebody wants to see that, just go back to the Harrison Bergeron episode. But
That was a
anyways,
that was a
we're
good
gonna be
interview.
out of here. Thank you for Kit Kat and Tinder Boy coming in. Check out the Boddamn channel. Also, don't forget to review us on iTunes. And send us emails, hdizzle@themensview.com. Add us on Twitter @hdizzle. Add us on Instagram, Facebook.
And comment on fucking YouTube, people.
Yes.
Man, that's the easiest way to like get heard on the show right,
Right.
now. Before we
Exactly.
blow up, because we're not going to look at those comments once we get super popular.
Right, like on the popular videos,
Yeah, no
like
one
the
knows
Howard
this
Stern
shit.
ones, like it turns into YouTube chaos,
Yeah.
just dumb comments.
Right now, you can reach
No, I
out to us
want-
and you can probably have your shit read on air if it's pretty good and funny or criticizing or whatever. So
I want to hear dumb shit.
Yeah.
That's what I love to read.
So themensview.com/Amazon. Buy all your items on Amazon there if you want to support the show. $25 from Uber, themensview.com/Uber. And if you want 25% off Bonafide's book, Flip That Shit, themensview.com/Flip. We're out of here. Peace.